Georgia's Achilles heel for question is the secondary, especially the corners.
Dart keeps it, pitches to the sideline, fighting back, trying to get near the ball is Dayton Wade, and he draws a flag. Julian Humphrey, one of the corners. It's a question mark tonight. The Rebels think they can attack a couple of these Bulldogs corners.
Yes, they're going to go after 6 and 12 when they get them one-on-one, and they think Watkins and Harris and Wade can win. He's beaten there.
Defense number 12. 15-yard penalty. Let's go get this guy.
Yeah, they grabbed the arm and he turned Wade, and that's going to draw the flag most of the time. Not every time, but most of the time.
Really smart by Lane Kiffin to find matchups that he feels like he can win. Going after the young linebackers here, going after the corners. They know that they can attack 6 and 12. They both have bright futures, but they're young players. They're Javon Dumas-Johnson, the leader that they're missing tonight in the middle of that defense.
Judkins bounces it again. This time the Dogs' pursuit is excellent, and Bullard, the safety, flies up to grab him behind the line.
That's a good job of getting off blocks. Watch the left side. Look at the pursuit. Look at this defense fly. Tyke Smith. See Humphrey there, and then Bullard is a fast defense. So while you do want to run out on the perimeter, it's better to go outside initially and then put that foot in the ground and then get north and south.
Can't get a good look at which Bulldog defender is down on the far side of the field after that tackle. Looks like it might be Julian Humphrey. 12, yeah. Well, we've seen fireworks from both offenses here. We have to do a fire drill. We have to get Mark and Mike to shift out of the formation to the right. Now we're ready to go. Now we can snap things. Is this what you expected? Georgia's defense has been vulnerable earlier in games, but Ole Miss with an almost perfect run-pass mix so far, moving it quickly.
I just wondered coming in, could they win the line of scrimmage? Could they run the football? And they've been able to do that. They've been able to put Dart in favorable matchups to win with his receivers. Georgia has 5 stars everywhere. When I say that they're a potential Achilles heel, it's more about 12 and 6 just being young. Lassiter 3 on the other side is outstanding, but you got young linebackers forced to play. You got some young corners. If you give Dart time to throw with his accuracy and with the weapons, they're going to win some matchups.
Rebels better deep score, by the way, because Georgia has moved quickly down the field for touchdowns and a couple possessions here. All right, let's get Mark and Mike shipped back in, fellas. Back to the base formation.
Here we go.
It's a tight move here. You saw what had to happen, just so you can look at our faces. Definitely not worth it.
No. Keep an eye on Humphrey.
Holding that left arm as he comes off, grimacing. So the Rebels are set up at 2nd and 11 after the loss of the 16.
Lane Kiffin right now. Charlie Weiss Jr. just feeling how to attack. That's why Lane Kiffin's great traits as a play caller, just that feel to find the weakness.
Re-scoring tight end back in the game to the left. Receivers are bunched to that side. Trey Harris, their top receiver, singled up to the right.
See Georgia react. That's the thing. Communication. Good job by Starks. Getting everybody on the same page.
Keeper. Dart. Following his blocks. Runs down inside the 5. This is what he does. Very strategic and effective running.
And when they motioned out, they shifted out, and he saw Georgia react, Lane Kiffin says, okay, we got the numbers right. Let's run the quarterback counter.
And in 1st and goal, they'll play with tempo. Clogged middle. Duncan stopped at the line. Interesting to watch Dart because he knows when to pick his spots. He's scrambled for a whole bunch of first downs this year.
Yeah.
But when you split that right corner, get open.
And watch this, you just follow the left guard and the left tackle. You got the numbers. You get behind those big guys, and at 6'2", 220, he's going to run. He's going to run like a running back. Remember, he plays quarterback like a linebacker.
With the Rebels on the move, they'll be on the doorstep as we begin the 2nd quarter here in Athens. 14-7 Georgia. Back after these messages. You're watching ESPN College Football Primetime.
Our oldest son, Stephen, had been stationed in the Marine Corps. He came home on a visit.
We hadn't seen him for so long.
Stephen said, I haven't had a Chick-fil-A sandwich in over 3 years.
It was late at night.
We were closing, and the phone rings. Stephen explains his situation, and I told him to come inside, and we were going to get in whatever he would like.
Stephen gobbled up that sandwich in like 2 bites. It's been a while since we've seen him.
We miss him.
We brought a care package for Steve.
I'll take that.
Oh, my goodness.
Some people just know what road to take. Those are the people who know to choose Allstate.
The service road is fast.
Turn left.
Not happening.
He knows better than any GPS, and he points you in Allstate's direction.
Go all the way down the road, past the big gray warehouse.
Take the next exit.
Get up from around here so you don't know the back roads.
I don't want to be late for the party.
I'm gonna save us 5 minutes.
Some people just know what road to take.
That's better for sure.
Those are the people who know safe drivers save 40% with Allstate.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
You can feel it. A force that moves everything around it. With intensity and power. That comes from deep down inside. Full-time fans, your passion is unshakable. And you deserve a reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
If you think you have Dupuytren's contraction, there's a simple test you can take. From anywhere, try to lay your hand flat against the surface. If you can't, you may have Dupuytren's contraction. Talk to a hand specialist about your options, including non-surgical treatments.
Ever notice how stiff clothes can feel rough on your skin? For softer clothes that are gentle on your skin, try Downy Free and Gentle. Downy will soften your clothes without dyes or perfumes. The towel washed with Downy is softer and gentler on your skin. Try Downy Free and Gentle.
Florida man seen wrestling with 2 gators. I wonder if these Florida man things are really true.
Everything we've been through. Ow! Go to sleep. It's my turn to drive.
One day, you might realize it's time to switch things up. When your sisters come to town and you say,
It's on me.
Crushed it, little bro. When your friends come over to watch the game. No, when you go to the game. Total power move. When you realize your vacation days won't use themselves and it's time for an out of office. Way out. When you're with Amex, it's never a question of if you'll make it happen. It's when.
Here's some straight talk for you. Use your loved ones to save money on wireless. You could add your favorite son. You could add your ex. Add grandma, but don't tell her about the
yesterday we was playing like that.
More lines mean more savings with Straight Talk. Get unlimited data, talk, and text for $25 a line.
A women's college hoops doubleheader, 5th Sunday at 1 on ABC.
Offensive fireworks in the first quarter. Welcome back to ESPN College Football Primetime, presented by IHG Hotels and Resorts. This presentation of the SEC on ESPN. So 315 yards. There were 5 explosive plays of 20-plus, 3 by the Dogs, 2 by the Rebels. Ole Miss set up at the 5 here, 2nd and goal.
Couple of poise that Dart played with in that first quarter. This is a tough atmosphere. I'm sure you can tell at home. The SEC on a Saturday night is always wild, and especially in here at Athens tonight. He is playing with tremendous poise.
7 of 11 and a couple of key runs. There's another keeper. Patiently cuts back. They were ready for him that time, and he's wrestled down. And C.J. Allen, one of those talented freshmen, going in tonight.
And that patience is allowing the left side, the pullers on that counter, to get around. Quincy McGee, and the big tight end, Prieskorn, who's great to see him back after he had to go off the field. He's such a threat at tight end. Going to bring the big former tight end at Auburn, and now DN here, J.J. Pegues into this lineup.
Big 315-pounder. Georgia's shuffling around, trying to get lined up here. Judkins is the back. They got a big fella split out left. Judkins takes it, makes a cut, flag down. He scores standing up. Flag is in the end zone.
I think Georgia may, with all that confusion, may have had 12 men on the field.
Illegal substitution. Defense. 12 players on the field. The penalties declared. Declined. Result of play is a touchdown.
Chris, I got to go back. I'm not blaming it all on Javon Dumas-Johnson. But there's the frustration right there. He's trying to get these young players, that's Damian Wilson, to understand when you're on and when you're off. And Ole Miss just doing a funky formation. The big man, Eli Acker, lined up as a receiver.
I don't know if he was a threat in the perimeter, but they got discombobulated.
Yeah, effective communication.
Calling some names, and even the hardcore Georgia fans are saying, wait, he's in there? So 2 touchdown runs for Judkins. Busy is back in the SEC. This was easy.
Yeah, 12 men on the field at 4. Still was able to get behind those blocks and then get north and south. Get me?
14 apiece.
Just
Even like that one.
but that shit is so sweet.
Oh.
Do you sweat too?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You have a sunroof open.
I didn't open it.
You're Mr. Sunroof.
I'm Mr. Sunroof?
Yeah, you're always like, let's open the sunroof.
I didn't need it open. Doing the replay?
This What Really Happened replay is brought to you by Progressive. One thing no one would challenge, protecting your home and auto with Progressive.
I'm gonna get that for you.
2 minutes.
We're surprising Twisted Tea superfans with a Twisted Tea drop. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea and 5% alcohol to kick off your game. Twisted Tea hard iced tea. Keep it twisted.
They'll fit, right?
Definitely. It is a TX. Hey, Lexus, take me to 2121 Douglas.
Finding new ways to flourish along any avenue is how we turn roads less traveled into roads best traveled. Find more space to thrive with the first ever Lexus TX.
Don't order during the game. Order during the break. Don't order during the game. Order during the break. Don't order during the game. Order during the break.
Think we should run it again? Yeah, I think so.
My name is Robbie, but most know me for my McDoja-like presence online. I wasn't always so great with martial arts though. I learned martial arts to defend myself. I was born with a cleft lip and palate that caused me to be teased mercilessly as a child because of my scars. Operation Smile is an organization that provides not only surgeries, but pre- and post-care for children who were born with a cleft lip and palate. And so many kids are waiting for their chance for a new smile. Learn how you can help by visiting OperationSmile.org today.
Y'all can hit Kyrie's quick on the lip.
Elevated fan gear featuring super soft fabrics and premium details. Make your mark with Fanatics Signature. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com. Officially licensed everything.
DealDash.com. Online auctions since 2009. This PlayStation 5 sold for only 50 cents. This iPad Pro sold for less than $34. And this Nintendo Switch sold for less than $20. Go to DealDash.com and see how much you can save.
Matt Berry back in our college football studio. Ohio State, Michigan State, all Marvin Harrison of the Buckeyes. This time from Kyle McCord from 27 yards out. 14-0 Ohio State first quarter. Chris Kirk.
Matty, thank you.
Oh, State.
Piece here. Another SEC opponent has come in here and said we're not intimidated by the big winning streak for the Bulldogs, and they have battled. Stetson Bennett honored. That's the Burlsworth Trophy. Goes to the top player who was a walk-on to begin the career. He won it twice. Brief visit with him on the field beforehand. Said we're pulling for him.
I mean, one of the most decorated players, not just in Georgia football, but those back-to-back national championships. Him right there at the helm, doing so many things and proving so many people wrong, including a lot of his own fans.
Carson Beck, great job this year stepping in to Stetson's big shoes. Hands off to Milton. Georgia backs are hard too. They got a bunch of guys on both sides who make it hard to get him to the ground.
This is where it gets fun. Starting the second quarter, offense is moving the ball, down the field. Now you're Pete Golding. You see what you're up against. Now you got to make an in-game adjustments. Now you got to find a way to slow down this running game. You got to get Carson back in the third long and try to affect him. The same thing for Georgia with Glenn Schumann trying to come up with answers.
Tough when they got 7 on first down, and here goes Milton again, just bolting for a quick first down.
Just for fans to understand, we get so caught up in the game, but these defenses are trying to make adjustments. They're communicating. There's so much going on because what you're doing is not working. Glenn Schumann's at the bottom of that. He's got a grease board. He's going all over all kinds of things. What's working? Hey, okay, let's try this. So constant communication. This has been a real strength of Schumann's and Georgia's defense throughout the year.
5th year as DC for Schumann. Been on the staff here for 8 years. All 8 years for Smart. Beck, McConkey, so good after the catch. That time the Rebels surround him, and he actually loses a yard after making the grab. John Anthony got him down.
And you see the movement here and the movement here from Bowers takes the linebacker and just clears him out. He's gone. Super easy for Carson Beck. And again, Bowers, just his presence. There's so many eyes on 19 in red. He hasn't made a play yet necessarily with his hands on the ball, but he's affecting this defense and opening up other opportunities for his teammates.
Bowers motions in now as a blocker in this running play to Milton. Moves the 6 again in Ole Miss territory. Physicality of this Georgia running game. Again, they don't have a lot of home runs, but they have a lot of runs between 10 and 12 yards and 20 yards. They chew it up pretty good.
Yeah, they do. And that offensive line just beats down on a defensive line when they start running downhill. They take your will is what happens, and then it puts Carson back in such a great spot with the receivers that he has. It's not just Bowers. It's not just McConkey. This guy's spreading around to everybody.
Got second to a screen.
Bowers comes in tight, and there is his first touch. Slips the tackle, and Brock Bowers, welcome back to college football, picks up about 7 on that first down play.
Well, there you go. You wanted to know how the ankle would hold up. Crowd reacts. Little hide route, get him the ball in space, and this is what we wanted to see. Little jump cut, that's who he is. This is beautiful.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Hands catch, and you see the elusiveness.
And he takes a hit at the end of this.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
He's the leading receiver of this team, even though he's missed the last 2 games. His 42nd catch. The play fake, back, launching downfield to McConkey, who comes back and grabs it. McConkey jitterbugs down to the 2-yard line. Underthrown, but McConkey found a way into space.
Deontre Prince, no man's land, little stutter and go. Oh my gosh, is he beaten? He's very fortunate. That ball came out just a little bit late. Great adjustment back, man. This kid's like a backyard football player. Return punts, he was a punter, quarterback, running back, safety, did everything in high school. One of the more natural players I think we could see in this sport this year.
A 41-yard chunk to set up this first and goal. Edwards knocked down after short game short of the goal line, about a foot short.
Number 5.
Yeah, he's a great personality, McConkey. Just an enjoyable guy to be around. He's always smiling. You can see the rapport that he has with Carson Beck. His teammates love this guy.
And he had that same rapport with Stetson Bennett. Now you see it with Beck.
Edwards. And Georgia muscles in to reclaim the lead. 2 for Judkins for Ole Miss. 2 now for Edwards and the Dogs.
Such an advantage for Georgia. They get inside there, and then you know what's coming, but you just can't stop. Look at the humanity. It's almost like watching the Philadelphia Eagles, where Jason Kelsey and Lane Johnson and company lead the way. You know it's coming, but you just don't have the manpower, even with numbers up there, to slow them down.
Philadelphia Bulldogs, right?
That's right.
5 Georgia players on the Eagles defense.
Oh, he really passed.
And the Eagles are off this week, so some of the guys have come back around.
Smith's here.
Yep.
I got to do that.
Dogs, 210 total yards, 3 touchdowns on the first 3 drives. Back in front by 7.
Something unexpected has arrived from Experian. A debit card. The all-new Experian Smart Money debit card and digital checking account. It finds payments that could raise your credit scores without adding debt. It's no ordinary debit card. It's the Smart Debit Card, only from Experian. And that is worth celebrating. Build credit without the debt. Get your new Experian Smart Money debit card and digital checking account through the Experian app.
Don't holiday the average way. Get buck naked and gift the most comfortable underwear there is. Only at Duluth Trading.
Sometimes Jonah wrestles with falling asleep, so he takes ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, for a better night's sleep. So now, he wakes up feeling like himself, the reigning Family Room middleweight champion. Better days start with ZzzQuil nights.
This is crazy.
We called it a symbiote, and it chose you.
The hell's going on with Pete?
I'm the hero here, not you.
You're not yourself.
You want to join us?
We can fight this together.
Rated T for T.
Blue light binder's ready.
Dr. Tess is ready. Just mail to me.
5 seconds. Shade.
Brad.
Go.
Needs more work. Sound agreed.
Your paint is really bad. It's the best coffee I've ever had. Should've used Bear. Sorry, Sideware. No, I said should've used Bear.
Today, let's paint. Right now, get America's most trusted paint brand at a new low price. Bear, only at the Home Depot.
Congrats, Mark Richt. Coach here for 15 years, 2023 College Football Hall of Fame inductee. Honored moments ago here. A couple of SEC titles, won the East 5 times. Was a National Coach of the Year. Also was an ACC Coach of the Year in his stint in Miami. But best remembered for the red and black. Still working in the ACC network. Pretty courageously battling Parkinson's. Wish him the best.
Absolutely. One of the great guys in the business.
No doubt.
So many years in Tallahassee, and like you said, he came in here and took Georgia back to where they belong.
Assist goes to number 5.
Circles boot. Once again, the back of the end zone. Talked about Kirk, this Ole Miss up-tempo offense. When they get the first down, they can crank the tempo. The middle drive there was stalled at the Georgia 40. The other 2 were touchdowns.
Yeah, when you get into plus territory, came up a little short of that 4th down. Look at Charlie Weiss Jr. Just watching him tells you how they call plays. We should almost, some point tonight, watch how he does that after the ball is placed and how quickly he's already communicating to get that play called in. Even Lane Kiffin has told me when it comes to Jeff Levy and Kendall Briles and watching Charlie Weiss, it's almost like he's like, people think I'm a savant. These guys that do this quick huddle stuff, they're the savant, the up-tempo offense.
There's that Georgia stem before the snap. Ole Miss doesn't get the penalty, but they get home on the sack. The ball comes out, knocked loose. C.J. Allen and Tramel Walther got him.
Well, Stackhouse wins with his hands. Great job in the middle. He had the big interception to seal the win last week against Missouri. He's a monster, 320 pounds. That ball did come out.
Jeremy James jumped on it to avoid the turnover. Not on schedule now, Kirk, 2nd and 20.
Oh. Man coverage took away every receiver and allowed the big man Stackhouse to get home.
First sack for either side tonight. And the crowd has come to life. Dart took a peek downfield and then just gets swallowed up by Walter at the line of scrimmage. This is the Georgia defense in this series these fans are used to seeing now.
What a job here. You're right. What a get off there. Ole Miss just overwhelmed. First time we've seen it tonight. Crowd's really into the game right now. And the offensive line losing that battle. And I think it's just a quickness up front, especially on that last play by Walthour.
Tyrion Ingram Dawkins in there. Got the pass rushers in on 3rd and 20. And then just hand it off. And it's kind of a, you got us this series. Judkins grabbed by Damon Wilson. A 3-and-out for the Rebels. Backwards 3-and-out.
That's what Kirby Smart, Glenn Schumann, when we talked about, they go to the sideline, they try to make adjustments. Well, that adjustment is just, we're going to be better than you at the line of scrimmage on this series. 3 straight plays, the D-line dominates.
Frazier was in the punter. It's a low boot. And a flag is down. They hit him after the punt. Hughes made the fair catch, and we check the contact.
Running into the kicker. The kicker was outside the tackle box. First down, Georgia.
Well, he's an Aussie, and if you roll out, get out of the traditional punter's position, they can knock you down. They did. So no flag. It was a low boot of 47 yards. So Georgia takes over. Holly?
Well, guys, tomorrow on ABC and ESPN, there's a women's college basketball doubleheader. 1 Eastern on ABC. Maryland takes on South Carolina. Then it's UConn versus NC State at 3 Eastern and at 5 p.m. Eastern here on ESPN. Indiana plays Stanford. All of these games are also streaming live on the app. I am going to the UConn-NC State game. I can't wait to see Paige Becker's bat. AZ Fudd, they are at full strength, and UConn making some noise.
Is that upset alert for the number 2 team, you think, in Raleigh?
I don't think it's upset alert. I think they're in good shape. But South Carolina, you want to tune into that one, too. They have the best freshmen in the country. Malaysia made a big splash in Paris this week.
Holly never takes a day off.
No.
Paris.
Are you kidding me?
No. Hoops tomorrow.
UConn number 2 on the road early.
So Georgia trying to make it a 4th straight drive to the end zone. And Beck across the middle. And there's Bowers. He was pretty well covered, but he found some space and moved it inside the Rebels 45.
He can beat man, and he can also settle into that soft spot in the zone. Safety sinks, now he just settles. It's a nice little option route to be able to give him a chance to either get upfield or settle right there. He comes back to the ball beautifully. And Carson Beck has got to love to see his guy running the football. Love that play call, too, on 1st and 10. They've been running so much.
19-yard chunk there for number 19. Georgia, by the way, averaging almost 13 yards per play. Is that good on offense?
I think that's pretty good.
21 points in
Ball starts.
19 plays.
Everybody move with the center. 5-yard penalty. Spain's first down.
Leader Big Set Van Pran, veteran guy who's played in so many big games, just didn't snap the ball. They get behind the sticks. Don't you feel like this is a pivotal point in the game? Georgia went right down and kind of body blowed them with their offensive line, scored. Then their defensive line took over. Now you got Ole Miss's defense back out there on the field, down 7.
I think you're right, and I think Mike Bogo, they sense it. This is attack mode. You get Bowers involved, he gets a chunk play. The penalty moves him back, and the short gain make it 2nd and 13 here. It's a chance for this Rebels defense.
Yeah, you just can't get behind the firepower of Georgia and put yourself in obvious passing situations against that defense. The Ole Miss defense, see 3 times, 3 touchdowns on 3 drives. They've got to step up here and make a play.
Haven't got Georgia to 3rd down yet. This could be an opportunity.
Showing pressure there. That's why he's hesitant.
They clock it 2. Beck coolly checks it down and finds Edwards, who spins into first down territory there. Looked like he was going to go out of bounds, but spun in front of DeAndre Prince.
Beck sees this. He says, all right, I'll just have an answer for that. Go ahead. Bring that blitz. It's almost like just a quick hop out in the flat. No problem. You get the ball out to Edwards in space. No longer behind the sticks.
You study all these analytics for quarterbacks, all these different categories. Beck is very good against the blitz this year, in part because Georgia picks up the blitz so well. Dylan Bell in the backfield. Beck keeps it. A little trickery there, and he's just going to roll for about 7 yards. They have their foot in the gas here, don't they?
They do. Yeah, they're in attack mode right now. And, you know, I've been really impressed with what he can do. Carson Beck. This is Pete Golding trying to communicate with his defense. But Beck, he's not Stetson Bennett with the speed, but he can run enough. There's 7 yards on 1st and 10.
8 different times he has scrambled for a first down. Yeah. Again, it's tactical. It's not electric, but effective.
Just the reach backwards.
Edwards grabbed him around the ankles. Play is made by Tennyson.
A lot of movement from Ole Miss all year, and that's how they're going to have to win tonight. They don't have the size to match up with Georgia. So what do? You do your own version of stemming and slanting. Finally get them to a 3rd down and short. And the way Georgia's playing right now, I'm sure they feel that this is 4-down territory anyway.
Milton is the back. He's got the ball, and he's got a first down. Hammers down into the red zone.
I thought that was
put 9 defenders up close to the line of scrimmage. Ernest Green, the left tackle, seals that, and it just opens up for the big fella, Kendall Milton. Easy first down. One of the drawbacks of Ole Miss's own offense being up-tempo is when it doesn't work and you go off the field after a 3 and out, you put that tired defense right back out in the field.
It only took the first sack of the game to really disrupt things. For Ole Miss the last possession. Bowers is a blocker from McConkey on the edge. Land dances around. Finally knocked down by Tennyson.
And Lane Kiffin knows that. I mean, that's been the tough part. Season for Pete Golding. They're 7th highest in the entire country. They've been out of the field. That's a reflection of their own offense. So when it's working, you marvel at it. You know, how fast they're able to execute. But when you go off the field, that tired defense gets back out there.
And it's tough when they're not good in the situational things like red zone and 3rd down. Milton runs through a tackle, shows his power. It's 1st and goal.
Well, Xavier Harris slips his block. Watch his penetration by 51 right there. But you got to bring him down, right? I mean, you've got to bring down this big back. And Milton, how good is it to see him healthy? He's had some injuries this year. He was slowed early. But you can see he is at a different level right now, kind of in his zone.
He's battled injuries all year. He saw his dad hanging out with Carson Beck's dad last night. They're good buddies.
Yeah, throw him in. His dad. His dad is a big guy.
His son's got the football. He doesn't care. Barreling through Rebels. Touchdown, Georgia. A flex by the red and black. They stretch the lead.
Good double team there on the right side. Tate Ratledge, watch the right guard. Helps there, tries to get up to the backer, but he just presses the line of scrimmage, gets behind that line, and it works back to his right, just getting the grass. Oh, that was powerful. Tennyson tried to knock the ball away, and it was like he was hit by a truck. There's a progressive pylon cam.
Looks like coming down the track.
No doubt about that.
Mean Machine in red and black is running right through the Rebels defense. 4 touchdown drives here in the first half, approaching 300 total yards.
I'm going to review to just make sure that he broke the plane before his knee touched.
Mitchell Wilkins is the replay official for this SEC crew.
He's airborne, though. It looks pretty obvious.
Bill Lamagna alongside. Let's get an early rep for one of our veterans of your salute tonight. There's the ball breaking the plane.
The elbow there, Phil. See the right elbow touch? Watch the right elbow and see where the football is. It's the elbow at the goal line. What do you think, Bill? It's hard to see the football.
It is. This is a tough, even though we got a pretty good view here, we can't see the ball when the elbow touches. But it looks to me where he had it, they're going to have to go stands on this and go touchdown.
Here's a peek there.
Elbow down. That won't show clearly whether the nose of the ball is across the plane, but I agree with you. You got to have very clear evidence to take the touchdown away.
Exactly. We'll go touchdown.
Yeah, I'm with you, Bill.
I appreciate the Army hoodie that you're wearing tonight. Is that a vintage piece that you got on?
No, hey, I'm glad I brought it, especially on today. It was a little chilly and damp up here, so it is. It's coming in. Thank you.
Georgia in the red zone.
After video
times,
review,
3 touchdowns.
the ruling on the field stands. Touchdown.
You can tell these backs, they're feeding off each other. Edwards and Milton healthy. They're both really tough physical guys who each average more than 5 a carry. Hard to bring down. Having those guys behind an offensive line that's getting healthier. Bowers coming back down the stretch run. Going to be this team.
Different offense. Don't judge Georgia on who they've been the first half of the season. Start judging Georgia right now that they're healthy.
Bit like Michigan, right? They had a weak schedule strength. Who have they played? They're starting to play people. And they keep beating people.
He had a horse along the countryside. I saw him ride. One day they found him.
Meet the traveling trio. The thrill seeker, soul searcher, and ahoy, it's the explorer. Each helping to protect their money with Chase. Whoa, a lost card isn't keeping this thrill seeker down. Lost her card, not the vibe. The soul searcher is finding his identity and helping to protect it. Oh yeah, the explorer. She's looking to dive deeper, all while Chase looks out for her. Because these friends have Chase. Alerts that help check, tools that help protect, one bank that puts you in control. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Your price can be more affordable if you bundle your home and auto.
Kind of like a combo meal.
What about those nuggies?
Bundle and save with the personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Number 88.
You never know what the weather will bring. Rain-X water repellency wiper blades apply the magic of Rain-X to your windshield, so water beads up and flies away. The improved water beading technology lasts longer, so you see cooler season after season. Let the weather drive you insane? Never. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements. Find Rain-X water repellency wiper blades at these retailers.
As someone living with type 2 diabetes, I want to keep it real and talk about some risks. With type 2 diabetes, you have up to 4 times greater risk of stroke, heart attack, or death. Even at your A1C goal, you're still at risk, which if ignored could bring you here. May put you in one of those, or even worse. Too much? That's the point. Get real about your risks and do something about it. Talk to your healthcare provider about ways to lower your risk of stroke, heart attack, or death. Learn more at getrealaboutdiabetes.com.
Popeye's new sweet and spicy wings don't make sense. Marinated and tossed in a blend of chili, garlic, and ginger, as sweet as they are spicy. Speaking of flavor, order a Cajun-style turkey at your local Popeyes this holiday season.
It's the first time all 30 are all in to conquer a brand new bracket in the new NBA Cup. Who's going to be first to take it? It's in-season tournament time. Kings, Spurs,
That's still the name of
Jazz. Friday on ESPN.
Thursday on ESPN+.
I'm Matt Berry coming up with the Mercedes-Benz halftime report. The Tide roll against Kentucky, making another statement. Plus, Michigan runs by Penn State. And it was close, but Washington survives. So does Florida State. What a Saturday it was. Dan Moe and Joey Gallagher joining me. Coming up with the Mercedes-Benz halftime report.
Maddie, thank you. Yeah, those unbeaten teams, they were tested a bit. Washington were certainly tested. The Canes hung with the Noles, but Florida State continues to chase a perfect season. And this kick will not go out of bounds, but be grabbed by Bentley inside the 10, and a flag comes out. The Rebels will be backed up. The flag is way up at the 32-yard line, so this may further back them up. It's on Mississippi. After this, let's put the ball at about the 5-yard line.
Receiving team number 16. The penalty is half the distance to the goal. It's first down, Ole Miss.
Well, invading Uga's home turf. Your guy, Ben, came here tonight. They didn't meet, though, right?
No, I tried to get him to hook up, but Uga didn't come down till late.
You told me Ben will scrap.
Yeah, he does. He likes to scrap a little bit. There he is.
It's nice to meet.
In 50 years with my best friend.
Quick, the quicker picker-up. Bounty absorbs spills like a sponge and is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less. Bounty, the quicker picker-up.
Introducing Stocks by the Slice from Fidelity. Now you can trade stocks and ETFs for any amount you choose, instead of buying by the share. All with no commissions. Stocks by the Slice from Fidelity. Get your slice today.
This wasn't no bear. It was like a bear squatch.
Dad, what's a bear squatch?
It's a cross between a bear and a Sasquatch. It's made up. He's usually sleeping.
He'll never sleep again.
Discover different Black Friday deals at Target each week. Weekly Black Friday deals you can't miss.
No, just tell them no. This play all the cuts.
Get low prices and early Black Friday deals at Target.
Bundle up the entire family this season with hoodies, jackets, hats, gloves, and more from Dick's Sporting Goods. With the latest looks from the best brands like the North Face, Patagonia, Columbia, and Carhartt. Boots that score on comfort and style from Sorel, Doc Martens, and more. Cozy accessories for the whole family. Download the Dick's app now to find even more great gifts online. Choose a 1-hour pickup for a fast option. And with our best price guarantee, if you find a lower price, we'll match it. Shop in-store or online. Every holiday starts at Dick's.
How'd you get that mixed with your combo?
These fries and rings?
At BK, you can build your combo.
Frozen Coke too?
Yep, sides and drinks too.
Team, it's been a grind, but I think I've aged you well. Some might say perfect. Who's ready to show 'em who's the cheesiest?
I woke up feeling the cheesiest, coach.
Cheesy,
official sponsor of the college football playoff.
Number 20.
They're your giants, among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
Taco Bell Live My Student section of the year contest continues. Download the Taco Bell app. The students, they may have won the body paint contest. They are fired up. That's right near this Ole Miss offense as they begin from the 5. It's loud in here. Dart from his end zone. Throws his short dart. And the catch is made by Harris. Holly?
Well, guys, Kirby Smart has talked about the lack of depth on this defense, and it's getting worse tonight. Their defensive tackle, Warren Brinson's out with a left calf strain, and backup safety Julian Humphrey is not going to return with a left shoulder issue.
They do have some depth. Judkins runs for a first down. The guy they call Pop, Jamon Dumas-Johnson, is a key part of this defense. He had a rod inserted in his arm. They hope to have him back for the postseason. Yeah, they make that playoff run.
Yeah, in the meantime, these young linebackers are going to play.
Yeah, but you got to just read it.
Right now, C.J. Allen is out there. They're going to get better with each rep. It's not about talent. It's about experience. You lose a real leader.
O'Donnell has some breathing room. Checks it down to Judkins. They come up and knock him down right at the line. That was Kamari Lassiter and Smile London.
Minute 30. Keep in mind, Georgia gets the ball to start the second half. So this is an important end to this first half. Georgia's defense only allowed 16 points all year in the third quarter. So you don't want this game to get away from you.
I'm gonna play that. My fault.
Okay, working clock.
Yeah, no urgency for Kiffin. And now Dart will throw downfield. Launched and intercepted. Javon Bullard tracking the ball from his safety position with the first takeaway tonight.
Well, I think he had Dalen Everett beat. His place is coming unglued. He gave a little shoulder to get 6 to bite, but he underestimated the quickness and the range of Bullard, who's covering over the top to take care of 6. Tries to squeeze it in there. Look at Glenn Schumann in the background. He gets airborne himself. Just talked about be careful into the first half. You're better off trying to almost just work the clock. Georgia gets the ball to start the second half. Now they're thinking 6 more points.
Second pick for Boulder. You saw Schumann, Will Muschamp, glasses flying off his head. You know, Kirby was jumping around there, and he's got the shoulder pads. Savage.
And Bullard's known as a thumper, but uses his eyes and shows his range and instincts to come up with that pick.
Yeah, picks in back-to-back games now. Now they really smell.
Okay, so anytime the center is on the guard, just play it. Just slip.
Dumps it down to Edwards. Short game.
I'm just saying that's what the DJ's saying.
Remember, Ole Miss coming into this game, they've been very effective at getting after the quarterback. Number 7 in the entire country with 31 sacks. They've not been able to get into that backfield tonight very much.
Yeah, they gave up 3 sacks last week. The Dogs O-line did to Missouri. That's the most this season. Good protection tonight, and Beck, as you said, gets the ball out of his hands very quickly.
And they're running the football. It's very good rhythm right now. The offensive line's had a great night.
Edwards again gets a big block on the edge from Marcus Rosemy-Jack, saying there's a flag down there and another one in the secondary. Maybe he was too good a block.
Yeah, he was right. That's where the flag came in.
There's a wide receiver that Kirby Smart really respects. Number 1, does all the dirty jobs.
Number 5,
the defender.
Veteran.
Yeah, he is. Walton reacted
Holding.
so quickly.
Offense number 1.
Yeah, they got it.
10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat, second down.
Too aggressive on the edge.
Yeah. Just reacts. Watch how quickly the defender sees it. He's going to go try to make a play. It was just great reaction from Walton. Probably you're better off just trying to maybe screen him instead of trying to make the block. And that's what he's known for, his leadership and his willingness to be a great blocker out on the end.
So has 21 catches. So that backs it up into Georgia territory now. Ball back at the 48, 2nd and 17. Still those 3 timeouts. Bowers off the slot left. Back on the tunnel screen. Dominic Lovett. Stiff arm dragged down back in Ole Miss territory by Trey Washington. They seem likely to spend the timeout here. Now he says timeout. He noticed it. Some seconds ran off there.
No,
you get the timeout.
No.
I thought he said. I read his lips and he said timeout. They don't spend one. I don't know why. Down inside of 20 seconds.
No fucking move.
Catch made. And Lovett gets down. That's inside the 30. Down to just 12 seconds. I'm confused by the clock management there, frankly.
Yeah, this is an example, though, of how they spread you around and find ways to get others involved. Lovett, the transfer from Missouri, is known for kind of like McConkey on the other side. Works the middle of the field. It's so quick after back-to-back plays, so quick after the catch. You're right. I mean, not 12 seconds.
They really let a lot of time running down, and with all 3 timeouts, they could be sitting there maybe 25 seconds to go instead of 12 had they spent one.
Beautiful.
Ultra reliable kicker is Peyton Woodring. From 47 in pregame. So
give me that.
Close already.
Number 54.
13 straight. Freshman from Louisiana.
See Kirby there talking to Dejon Edwards. 30.
They out of it now.
Straight completions. Only had the 1 incompletion tonight.
It's a pretty good first half for him. 13 to 14 for 214 and a touch.
See what they do. They're in field goal range.
Pull that shit again.
You got
the timeouts.
Spread them out. You go 4 verts. You know, and see how the defense reacts. They love the creases. They love to hit the seams.
Conkey and Bowers are to the left. Beck is looking instead to the right. Fires right down the seam, and it's incomplete. And intercepted it.
Yeah, ball got tipped.
Hands of Dejon Anthony. A takeaway.
Ball's thrown late. Tries to squeeze it in, and it hits the hands of Lovett, and it goes right into the air. They're fortunate to come up with that interception. You had Saunders in coverage, but the ball hits the hands of the receiver, Lovett. He had him beat at about 15 yards downfield, but he waited. Made it much tougher of a throw, so they miss an opportunity there.
So the takeaway by the Rebels. Keep this lead at 14 in the break. Saunders in coverage there. I said, you know, you have a very famous gentleman who was my mentor, our good friend Jonathan. I used to tell people he was my grandfather.
Exactly.
He is not, but enjoy the story. So it could have been even worse. The dogs were barking there, moving, and they got a little lackadaisical with the clock management, and the takeaway by Anthony keeps the lead at 14. But what a display by the Georgia offense.
And a word he kept saying was resiliency, in-game adjustments. That's their strength as a defense. The thing that he and Schumann are most proud of. And we saw that from the first quarter to the second quarter tonight.
Difference defense will be on the field, having to get a stop to begin the second half. Georgia up by 2 scores. Let's get Kirby's reaction to the first half with Holly.
Well, Coach, it's good to see 19 back out there and 84. Both of them have had a big impact in this game. How they stood out?
Well, they're both really good kids and they're great playmakers. To have them out there together is really helpful. I thought our offensive line done a great job protecting, and we've been able to run the ball well.
The tempo of Ole Miss seemed like an issue the first few drives, but how did your defense make some adjustments and settle in?
Well, we got some first down stops. You know, they're potent, they're fast, they go with tempo. We settled down a little bit, played some of the runs a little bit.
The crowd was loud. You got a false start penalty.
We need more. We need more.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
High standards. He wants more from the crowd, but it felt like a party there in the second quarter. Georgia pulling away and flexing a bit. Halftime in Athens. Mercedes-Benz halftime report coming up. Let's kick it to Matt Berry.
Chris, thank you. Dominant first half by the Dogs as we walk into the Mercedes-Benz halftime report. You guys want dominant? Marvin Harrison Jr. and the Buckeyes just having their way with Michigan State. 3 touchdowns for 18 already in the first half.
Last week he had 4 catches. 2 of those were touchdowns. Now 3 touchdowns in the first half against Michigan State, and he can get 10 more.
Keep the star happy. Entertaining Missouri. They're playing good football. Brady Cook up 19-7.
Yeah, they came out. They started fast. They finished fast. They look like a dominant team in this game. They're able to run the ball really successfully.
Played Georgia well last week.
Yeah, you didn't show it, but Cody Schrader had 35 carries for 25 yards. He was the difference in this game.
8-2 for the first time since 2014. Alabama looking to wrap up the SEC West. Jalen Milroe, he accounts for touchdowns just about every possession. This one to Kobe Prentice.
Well, we know he can run the ball, but this is where his game's improved so much is his ability and accuracy throwing the football.
It wasn't even 10 minutes into the game yet. It was 21-0 after the Milroe sneak. He was living up the field. It was a quad. Kept coming back, had the quad, battled it all day. They'd win 49-21.
Yeah, ran 3 touchdowns, threw 3 touchdowns, and limped off every single time.
10th West title under Nick Saban for Alabama. And he's smiling. If you can smile with a limp while you're in pain, you're ahead on life. Dan Mullen, Joey Galloway, Matt Berry. Look, everybody talks about Ole Miss offense. It was Georgia's offense in the first half that got it going with their young quarterback Carson Beck.
They look like they're having a really good time, and they've been really good the past couple weeks without Brock Bowers, but now Brock Bowers is back. And when you watch the effect he has on the opposing defense, you know how important he is to what they're trying to do. And so when you look at this play,
3 points.
Brock Bowers is right here. And all he's going to do is run right through the middle of the field. And watch the effect that he has on the Ole Miss defense when you see these guys and their eyeballs on Brock Bowers, both of them. And you look at this, and really the safety His job is the middle of the field. He has it all, but he's so concerned with Brock Bowers, the effect, one guy, two guys, three guys, and look at the hole it leaves for McConkey down the middle. So when you look at it, Brock Bowers has 2 catches in his first half, but the effect he's had, McConkey now has 4 catches, the touchdown, over 80 yards. So Brock Bowers not just playmaking, but what he makes your defense do to account for him opens up everyone else.
A lot of attention paid on him. On the other side of the ball, Quinshon Judkins at least early had it going for Ole Miss.
He did. He has 55 yards, 2 touchdowns in the first half. And they were successful. We talked about it. The offense kind of runs through him and the ability to run the ball. And when he's running the football, other things open up. And you see the success. When they were moving the ball, he had success running the football, and it opens up all the other options for them on offense. The issue Ole Miss is having is they can't play defense, and then they start 2 consecutive drives deep with mistakes inside their own 10-yard line. When you do that against a team as good as Georgia, you're taking away everything that you do well and your chances to win.
They're going to need defense there in the second half. This Ole Miss. By the way, we're doing a segment tonight on College Football Final called Trust Issues. I had trust issues with your iPad, but you nailed it. I thought it was absolutely...
I am a professional.
It was spectacular.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. No trust issues here on the set. Big Ten maybe have trust issues with Michigan and vice versa, but they didn't have any issues with Penn State. Maybe not a surprise there. Mercedes-Benz halftime report continues.
This halftime report is presented by Mercedes-Benz.
I'm the team mascot, and boy, am I running late. But I got lead in my foot and spirit in my fingers. Ow, what a hit. And if you have cut rate car insurance, the cost to cover that might tank your season.
So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like me. Woo!
Let me be direct. You're watching football wrong. What do you call a guy in face paint that can't get the game? A clown.
Sorry, what app was it again? No, just give me a second.
Amateurs.
Oh! Sorry, everybody.
DirecTV Sports Central gives you access to every game. So you never have to compromise on game day.
That's so good for a right-handed.
I was just illustrating a point.
Visit DirecTV.com for up to a $400 reward card.
Okay.
When are sports more than sports? When your highlight reel opens the door to 4 years of higher education, 0 student loan debt, and NIL earning potential. When your stats include free room and board, nutrition and mental health support, plus medical care with extended coverage. And when your experiences, friendships, and development put you in the win column for life. For college athletes, sports just mean more.
Are they down live?
The future. The way you see it is said to depend on where you sit. At X-Chair, we think it also gets down to how you sit, which is why our technology is light years ahead. X-Chair has done it again with our groundbreaking ELEMAX technology, providing hours of infinite comfort no matter where in the world you're sitting. By synthesizing the universe's elements, bringing hot, cold, and touch into one extraordinary seating experience, our mission is to help you discover that every workday can happen with body and mind in an out-of-this-world place of comfort and productivity. X-Chair is charting a new course, helping workers everywhere find comfort as their work worlds zoom back and forth. Even though your work reality may continue to shift, we've got our eye on the future of work, so you can focus on the present. And from where we sit, the future still feels good.
Right now, get a free ELEMAX cooling, heating, and massage unit, plus 10% off our new commercial-grade standing desk and accessories when you buy a new X-Chair.
You're watching the Mercedes-Benz Halftime Report.
Ed Barry, Joey Galloway, Dan Mullen back with you. Quinn Ewers back for Texas, but when you've got Jonathan Brooks at running back, just keep giving it to him.
Absolutely. Get the ball in his hand. He has 42 yards rushing, 73 yards receiving. He's the guy that is going to carry this team down the stretch.
That one over on ABC. Michigan, Penn State, the big one in the Big Ten. Sharon Moore, the acting head coach, Jim Harbaugh, suspended, barring their restraining order. Hearing for that going to be on Friday. No hearing needed to know that Donovan Edwards is good on this play. Michigan up 14-3.
And all the big plays for the Michigan offense came from the run game. Didn't throw it much in this game.
Drew Aller in Penn State tried to get something going before the half. They scored, but no two-point conversion.
Well, they stuck with the run. They ran for 164 yards against that great Michigan defense.
Fourth quarter now. Blake Corum, this essentially put it away.
Yeah, Blake Corum, 26 carries, 145 yards. And again, all of it was run game. They didn't throw a pass in the second half.
James Franklin now 3-17 versus the top 10. Michigan wins 24-15.
I want to thank the Lord. I want to thank Coach Harbaugh. I love you, man. Love the out of you, man. This is for you. For this university, the president, our AD. We got the best players, best university, best alumni in the country. Love you guys. These guys right here, man. These guys did it. These guys did it, man. Talk to him, man. Love you.
I haven't seen otherwise, but do we know, is Jim Harbaugh still alive?
Can you stop showing that? I mean,
it was an emotional moment.
Is Jim Harbaugh still, is he still with them?
It's an emotional win.
He's still alive, though? Okay.
That's a bit much.
I just want to make sure no one like, okay. As long as we're talking about the same thing. Oh, by the way, they didn't throw the ball in the second half. You think he's crying about that?
Yeah, maybe. As the OC,
as long as Harbaugh's still alive, everything's okay.
$579 breaths to show 'em your stuff. Every breath matters. Don't let RSV take your breath away. Protect yourself from RSV with Abrysvo, Pfizer's RSV vaccine. Abrysvo is a vaccine for the prevention of lower respiratory disease from RSV in people 60 years and older. RSV can be serious if you are 60 or older. Having asthma, COPD, diabetes, or heart disease puts you at even higher risk. Abrysvo is not for everyone and may not protect all who receive the vaccine. Don't get Abrysvo if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its ingredients. People with a weakened immune system may have a decreased response to Abrysvo. The most common side effects are tiredness, headache, pain at the injection site, and muscle pain. Ask your pharmacist or doctor about Pfizer's RSV vaccine, Abrysvo. Visit these retailers or find other retailers near you at abrysvo.com.
Forget about what we've already done. Ignore those who say we've reached the peak. You won't find us standing still to take a bow. We're the ones pushing even further. That's us reaching even higher, working like dogs. Reimagining what's truly possible. Because we're not finished yet.
We're making it.
This is the University of Georgia. And we're just getting started.
ESPN's Veterans Week is brought to you by USAA. To honor veterans, USAA goes beyond thanks to make a difference for the veteran community. Learn how we can save lives at usaa.com/Veterans Day.
Our thanks to our servicemen and women on this Veterans Day weekend. Time now for our Mercedes-Benz electric plays. We'll go Service Academies, Army, Ella Mendoza, block, punt, score, Army wins.
Yeah, Army was struggling there for a while in the season. Then they knocked off Air Force last week, and now they're on a 2-game win streak.
And what about Xavier Arline here? 50-yard touchdown run as Navy wins 31-6.
Navy on the ground, not by sea.
Oh, well done. Land, sea, and air, though. I believe a Navy SEAL can get you anywhere. Ground, air, sea.
Should have left it right where coach left it.
At night when you least expect it. Miami, Florida State, Jordan Travis here to Keon Coleman. Florida State ends up pulling away.
Florida State has to be excited to have Keon Coleman back in this offense. It was out last week. They found a way to win.
Speaking of pulling away, Washington got everything they could from Utah, and then Michael Penix to Rome Odunze.
Well, we're used to seeing this matchup, and this is the tough part of Washington's schedule with multiple top 25 teams coming up back-to-back.
35-28, Huskies 10-0 on the season. The Pac-12 is going to get good down this. Look what Oregon State did to Stanford.
Oregon State, they actually have Washington next. That'll be a heck of a matchup. A lot of offense.
Martinez, 4th touchdowns, DJU, and Arizona needed a game-winning field goal to take care of Colorado 34-31. Speaking of the great state of Colorado, their NFL team will travel to Buffalo Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Peyton and Eli over on ESPN2.
For breakfast, you want something simple and tasty. Like, wait, how does Taco Bell not have a breakfast taco?
I mean, you're Taco Bell. It's in the name. You thought to put a burrito inside a quesadilla, but you don't have a breakfast taco? You have all the ingredients. Fluffy eggs, melty cheese, savory sauce.
I don't normally agree with Pete, but he's right.
That's things, Rhonda, but thank you. The all-new toasted breakfast taco. Simple and tasty. I did that. I made that happen.
On an Emotional Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
You know, Dad, Becky and I are getting pretty serious.
She's a great girl, CJ.
Dad, we started watching college football together.
You like college football?
Well, Becky opened my eyes to the complexities of the sport, the West Coast offense, the triple option.
Wildcat formation?
Oh, I love the Wildcat.
I knew you were a late bloomer.
Hey, I even started growing pain on my chest.
Here we go. My boy's becoming a fan!
Catch me!
Oh.
That was right to you.
Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve.
After last month's massive solar flare added a 25th hour to the day, many businesses are wondering, what should we do with it?
Bacon and eggs, 25/7.
You're darn right.
We could use it for personal growth.
How about a longer lunch?
What if we used it to work more?
25-hour protection.
In financial news, solar stocks are up 20% with the additional hour of daylight.
With the extra hour, I'm thinking company-wide power nap.
I don't sleep.
Let's take a vote. Who wants to sleep?
This is gonna be havoc every time. Maybe we should sleep on it.
Anything can change the world of work. From HR to payroll, ADP designs forward-thinking solutions to take on the next anything.
Legacy isn't just about where you're from, it's about where you're going. So where are you going?
I'm going to Ole Miss.
I'm going to make a difference.
Just like my granddad.
I'm going to make the bestseller list.
And I'm going to help you.
I'm going to win a championship.
I'm going to break the world record. I'm going to take the next step.
I'm going to give back to my community.
And our alma mater.
I am the first in my family to graduate.
Ole Miss. Build your legacy.
This halftime report is presented by Mercedes-Benz.
UFC pay-per-view tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern. Get it at ESPN+.com/PPD. Hey, Jaden Daniels has done it again. Watch this one from 85 yards out.
Just 7 carries for 134 yards, and he showed against Alabama last week. He is a very capable runner of the football.
Even with 3 losses, I didn't include all the Heisman Trophy discussions. One of the best players in America, 17-7 LSU. All right, Coach, give me a second-half game plan for Ole Miss.
Well, try to get a stop. We're talking about trust issues on college football final. I do not trust this Ole Miss defense to get that stop.
Back to the second half between the hedges.
These are the people who help you stay well, searching lower prices and brands you love on the shelves, behind the counter or in the aisles. Healthier is better when it happens together. CVS Pharmacy. Healthier happens together.
In this clinic, we pride ourselves on putting others first. It's on us to help care for our clients' well-being, to help them adapt. It's inspiring to work at a place where our patients succeed and we as therapists do too. With great benefits from Principal, we feel appreciated for the work we do.
Admit it. You use my Old Spice body wash.
I'm not letting hotel soap in my skin. Just the lavender I meant for me.
Get that. Savannah, if you don't get your moisturized hands off my body wash.
Winter Sports, more than sports. When your highlight reel opens the door to 4 years of higher education, 0 student loan debt, and NIL earning potential. When your stats include free room and board, nutrition and mental health support, plus medical care with extended coverage. And when your experiences, friendships, and development put you in the win column for life. For college athletes, sports just mean more.
What does human talent look like?
Just go on Fiverr. See for yourself.
Imagine working with them.
Yeah, imagine that.
I'm Livy Dunn, All-American gymnast and Viore athlete. When you travel and train as much as I do, you find happiness where you are. On the mat or on the sand, movement and comfort are essential. That's why I live in Performance Joggers by Viore. Made from DreamNet fabric that's made of 89% recycled materials. Effortlessly soft and made to move as much as I do. My happiness starts here, in the softest joggers on the planet.
You're watching Veterans Week coverage on ESPN, brought to you by USAA.
And welcome back on Veterans Day, the second half of ESPN College Football Primetime, presented by IHG Hotels and Resorts. It's a presentation of the SEC on ESPN, part of Veterans Week on ESPN, presented by USAA. The SEC East champion Georgia Bulldogs, overwhelming offensive display. Chris Kirkendall back with you, averaging 10 yards a play. Now, Pete Golding and the Rebels defense, he knows what they're up against. He was a coordinator at Alabama for all those heavyweight matchups. What can he do, Kirk, beginning right now when Georgia goes on offense?
If he could pull a couple of the red jerseys over here to the second half on that defensive line, that would help. But I think the big thing is he came in trying to be a bend but don't break defense tonight. He's going to have to get more aggressive, which is it's either going to work out or you can potentially give up some big plays.
Here's the mark of a fighter moment, brought to you by Modelo.
And this is what we're talking about, is you're overmatched up front. Georgia doing a good job. Xavier Truss leading the way. There's some good blocks by the tight end there. Oscar Delp just really getting manhandled. Into this second quarter is where things started to change. And not only that, between Edwards and Milton, good tough running right here to end that drive with a touchdown by Kendall Milton. So it's been a little bit of everything from Georgia. We didn't even talk about Carson Beck, 13 of 15, 214 yards. So very balanced approach.
Did have the one pick at the end of the half of Aram there. His first turnover in the last 3 games. Beck on the move and almost threw another pick. Boy, trying to get the ball to Ra Thomas. DeAndre Prince came back and had his hands on the ball.
Prince made a good play on that. Undercuts that throw. I think he may have predetermined where he wanted to go with this football. I think he thought 7 was going to continue downfield, but instead he comes back. That's just having your eyes on a quarterback. And what he's telling Lovett is, hey, I'm trying to bring you back because of that coverage. Look at me.
I mean, you are in a lane, but you're not getting it.
Continue to see an aggressive approach. I thought they were not aggressive enough, frankly, at the end of the half. They let some seconds tick down, ended up with an interception to close out the half. But they know they can move the ball and go up 3 scores here. It's going to be very, very tough for Ole Miss to find a way back into this football game.
Yeah. Well, Mike Bopo had such a luxury as the play caller this year. There he is, replacing Todd Monken, who did such a good job. You know, they throw an incompletion, they come back and run the football. Now you're sitting there at 3rd and 5.
Monken calling plays for the high-powered Ravens offense. Three receivers, bunch to the right. He throws back to the left. It's a fastball off the hand of Bell, and it's a quick stop for this Rebels defense. It's an important step, trying to get back into it.
Yeah, the first down play was a big play with Mike Prince, and then they run the football at 3rd and 5, and there's Beck just trying to make a play, and I love that he wants to get the ball out quickly, but at times
you can't keep leaving that
field. Turned around quickly enough. That ball was coming quick in a hurry.
He was a high school pitcher as a sophomore. He was kind of modest. I threw it at 94, 95. His dad says he got a whole lot of letters from Major League Baseball teams. He had some offers to play SEC baseball, but he said once Alabama and others started to offer him in football, they better concentrate on quarterback. Broke the streak of 11 straight completions, and now Rick Thorson gets some action tonight. They haven't returned a punt against him all season long. Their fair catch made at the 28 after a 41-yard boot. Holly?
Well, Lane Kiffin told me they've been trying to get some rhythm in that offense, but the injuries on the offensive front are starting to really add up. He pointed out that they are on their 3rd right tackle, and not having that consistency on the front is impacting their offense right now. He said, we're going to have to go to the quick throw game. Be very quick and decisive with our throws because they don't have the protection and the continuity that they need up front right now to be firing on all cylinders.
That's a good point, Holly. Judkins made some traction earlier. He does have a couple of touchdown runs, but the running game really slowed down in the second quarter. You feed it here. There wasn't much room in the middle. He kind of plows ahead for a few.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough to do. Where he was having his success was on the outside stretch play. And not bouncing it too far, but getting outside and then feeling it and then getting north and south. Remember, we said in the open, if they're going to compete, number 4 is going to have a night.
Dart dodges pressure and is out dragged down. C.J. Allen, the hyped freshman, makes a play.
They put the center in a tough spot because a blitz here, a late blitz here, and watch this. He starts to his left, and then he gets back to his right, and both the linebackers end up coming in to sack the quarterback.
See why they're so excited about that freshman Allen. Dart, incomplete.
He do flip the hash might be wide open.
Takey Smith, and it's a quick 3 and out for the Ole Miss offense.
Well, it was all about the offenses in the first half, and here a couple of 3 and outs. Ole Miss, when they finally get a stop, man, their all offense has got to capitalize and unable to do so.
That felt really important right there. And now it's a fake. He then takes off. And he just rolls. Nobody paid attention to the punter. A flag is out. A couple of them very late. That looked like it was a scuffle along the sidelines. Kiffin can't believe it, but Georgia just peeled back and forgot about Mazin.
Just nobody on the edge. You know, maybe Lane Kiffin, who got so excited. I don't know if he ran into an official. I mean, he's over there jumping up and down because he sees it's going to work.
He was in his seat, though.
Yeah, he got it. He's going to. Maybe it's just going to be a warning.
The result of play is first down for Ole Miss. After play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 9. 15-yard penalty being forced. It'll be 1st and 10 for Ole Miss after the quarter.
So the fake successful, but it does back him up at 15 yards of field position. Hugs all around for the Aussie. Now, you laugh about the Australian punters, but they're used to running around in that sport down there.
If you see it,
hit the hash.
I don't see number 9 on the field. I think it was number 12. They grabbed a face mask and threw a guy. I saw that on that last replay.
Well, they watch football down in Australia. It's the wee hours, but they enjoyed that run by Frazier. But the penalty, instead of being in midfield, backs him up to the 35. See if that's a spark they needed. Judkins. Again, it's the middle, but there's just not much room. Walther clogging things up.
Lane Kiffin rolling the dice here. We've seen him do that. And things you have to do to get back into this game. So they pick up enough yards, go backwards after the dead ball penalty. But they keep the football. poise of this offensive line and Jackson Dart being tested in front of this crowd.
Patchwork offensive line. 2nd and 8 handoff. I don't know. There's just nothing there. Walther back-to-back plays.
Let me just die on, like, just watch everything back there.
That defensive line, they're just eating up those back, or eating up those offensive linemen. There are very few people over the last 3 or 4 years that can run the football between the tackles against Kirby Smart in this Georgia defense.
I know Jalen Carter's not there. They don't have maybe the superstar first rounders, but they got a lot of solid dudes.
Size, and they can eat the blocks.
They rush 4, Dart retreats, and now lofts it downfield, and it's off the outstretched hands of Jordan Watkins. Bullard in coverage, and it's 4th down again.
Once his mom would go, though. Once his mom.
He had a one-on-one matchup, and he had it against Bullard, who had a big interception. But he has to throw it because of the pressure off of that right foot. Looks like he does stay in bounds. I thought initially maybe he had stepped out, but his heel stayed up.
You saw the facial expression from Kiffin. They get the stop finally for the first time, get the ball back. Then they get the fake punt, but the penalty backed him up and killed some momentum. It's an excellent punt used. Backtracks all the way to the 10. 51-yard boot, so he faked it, and he pounds the ball. There's a flag again.
Right into line of field.
Kiffin, how important that sequence was. Let's see if they make it re-punt it. Just take the 5 yards at the end of the return.
Illegal formation.
You think you can re-punt?
More than 4 players. We're in the back. 5 yards. Just 5. Fourth down.
Number 5.
So Mazin goes back out there. It's been an eventful last few minutes for him. Georgia will have some things to talk about in the special teams meetings about ignoring the punter.
So that ball ended up, they would have been at about their own 13-yard line without that penalty.
There's a low kick. John Hughes waves a quick fair catch and takes it at the 24. Georgia back to work up 2 scores.
You are not related. There's no ancestry connecting you. But look how similar you are. You work at it. You keep going. You may not be brothers and sisters, but if tough were a gene, you would be.
This time of year, there's one workshop on everyone's mind. The one that spends the whole year making toys and gifts. The Home Depot Kids Workshop, teaching those who will one day build their own homes and communities that doing is a gift you can share with everyone. Happy holidays from the Home Depot.
Yeah? I probably don't actually need to be here for this.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Hi, I'm Liz.
I'm Katie. Through our Shared Table program, we donate our extra food to Liz's organization, and they repurpose it into these wonderful dishes.
We just are not your typical soup kitchen. We're taking that donated food from partners like Chick-fil-A and getting creative with it. We serve anything from stir-fry to chicken pot pie.
I wish that would probably be my favorite.
Chicken pot pie.
I definitely approve.
You can feel it. A force that moves everything around it. With intensity, power, that comes from deep down inside. Full-time fans, your passion is unshakable, and you deserve a reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
Just for you, just for you. Just for you.
Our way has never been just one way. We're the firsts until we're the legacies, the dreamers until the dream gets done. We're not stopping anytime soon, and we're bringing the world with us. That's our way.
Back-to-back national championships, 15-0 a year ago. Got the 2 trophies here proudly on display, and the third one they'd love to collect in Houston in January, the CFP Championship Trophy presented by Dr. Pepper. Semifinals are in New Orleans and in Pasadena. Stetson Bennett was MVP of just about every playoff game that he played in. Is that good? You're the MVP of every playoff game?
That's pretty darn good.
And around, McConkey gets a chance to crank up the speed. Resets. I thought they grabbed his face mask there. The flag comes in late, and that'll tack on 15 more.
They love to run this play with McConkey. They've run it in the past with Bowers. Used Delp that time to get out in front.
Xavier Harris right there. Or did he grab the face mask? Kind of grabbed below it. The flag came out.
I'm personally missing. Whoa.
Here to me.
Skimmed the bottom of it.
First team foul.
Still a first down. What McConkey and there's NFL scouts here, and there's plenty to look at in this Georgia team, but you really feel like this is a guy who on Sundays can be really, really effective slot receiver.
Yeah, he has so many good instincts, reliable.
Hunter Renfro's had a good career at that position in the league, but McConkey a little twitchier, speed. Yeah. Back off the play fake, right down the middle. Rosemary Jack-Sate makes the catch and is slung down at the Ole Miss 41 by Anthony, but Dogs on the move again, 32 more.
So you got a receiver here and a receiver here, and then you need protection. Look at the offensive line, look at that pocket, and then look at that throw. Great accuracy, and he puts it right on the money. It gives Rosemary Jack-Sate a chance to do something after the catch. That defensive coverage on the back end there just lost with that deep crossers there down the field.
Beck gets the rhythm back after 3 straight incompletions. Looking to throw again on first down. Dodges the pressure in the pocket and takes off. Pretty good acceleration. He runs right near the first down marker. It is a first down at the 32.
Now these linebackers, that's the biggest concern, I think, for this Ole Miss defense is what do we have at our second level? Look how they're afraid of the deep crossers. Look how far back they are. Backs turned, and good recognition by Carson Beck, who again has that athletic ability to take off.
Correct. So I thought they were waving the change crew down. Instead, it's about a foot short. And they'll pick it up here. And look out, Milton. Bolting, gone. Kendall Milton has a pair of touchdowns. So does Dejan Edwards, and the Dogs beginning to stretch the lead now big time.
Watch the right side of the offensive line and just perfect execution here. The big right guard here, 69, Ratledge, able to get up to the second level. Man, that was beautiful. The safeties didn't feel right. And Milton, not just a powerful back, but has the speed, but just good execution by Georgia's offensive line.
Rebels just the one loss this year. They lost in Tuscaloosa by 14. This is the biggest deficit Kiffin's team has faced. Georgia continues to be overpowering on offense. Beautiful run pass makes all of it effective.
Bro. He is a heavy.
The moment a friend becomes a real friend.
Oh, please no. Who wants to jam?
Hey, pal. Friends don't let friends be ukulele guy.
Oh, he's humming now. I think I'm gonna be sick.
Somebody make it stop!
Nah, man. No.
Dos Equis, raise one with a real one.
Nissan has a car for everyone.
Every driver who wants more.
More turbo.
More freedom.
More electric.
At Nissan, more is all we do.
Gold Peak's high-quality tea leaves, picked for peak taste and brewed for balanced flavor, make every sip hit different. When it's got to be gold, it's got to be Gold Peak.
Some people just know there's a podcast about that. Those are the people who know to choose Allstate.
Big tea drinker.
Yeah.
There's a podcast about tea.
He knows, and he wants you to know too.
I was listening to a podcast on if dogs knew their dogs.
There's a podcast about that?
Just like he wants you to know about Allstate.
There's a podcast about fly fishing called Why Is That Person Doing That? It's called Tea-rific.
Are you listening to a podcast?
Yeah, it's about multitasking.
Some people just know there's a podcast about that. Those are the people who know you're in good hands with Allstate.
Let me be direct. You're watching football wrong. What do you call a guy in face paint that can't get the game? A clown.
Sorry, what was it again? No, just give me a second.
Amateurs.
Oh, sorry, everybody.
DirecTV Sports Central gives you access to every game. So you never have to compromise on game day.
Was that necessary?
I was just illustrating the point.
Visit DirecTV.com for up to a $400 reward card.
BK's Royal Crispy Wraps. Eat it with the meal or have it as a snack. Only $2.99. It's a hunger hack and it fits in one hand. Have it your way.
Obviously, this board very tough to three-peat. Go back since 1980. Tom Osborne won in 94, 95, and in 96. Old ball coach Steve Spurrier and the Gators won the championship. Pete Carroll's face here. Whoa! Vince Young got me in the Rose Bowl. Knicks. Seminoles took it in 2013. And Kirby Smart, so far, has been smooth sailing. Headed toward 10-0 tonight. Headed toward Houston. Minnesota. As Bino Cook used to say it, they won in 34 and 35 in the pre-AP poll era and voted number 1 in 36. Where's the Pac-12, Coach?
Yeah, where is I'm going to put them in there for myself.
I guess they figured that the Huskies and the Ducks, and they might cancel each other out. Well, Coach Benny Bierman, 34, 35, and 36. Well dressed. Smaller squads back then. Two-platoon football, right?
Look at these lines. You got to go way back.
That's how long it's been, folks.
Almost 100 years since we've seen this. We have a chance. And the way Georgia looks now that they're healthy. Of course, you got this one. You mentioned at Tennessee. Tennessee loses today. You got Georgia Tech and Alabama in the SEC championship.
Judkins had some success in the first half on the perimeter. Let's see if they can get him back out there again. Bowler knocks him down, a solid gain.
What makes it amazing is his defense. They lost 19 defensive players over the last 3 years to the NFL, 8 in a first round. And here they are again.
Short gain for Judkins.
You know, Chris, you don't have Jalen Carter, Trayvon Walker, Devontae Wyatt, Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean, Nolan Smith, Quay Walker. I mean, they've lost so many. It's a big fella, Jordan Davis, but they don't have necessarily the marquee names and the game records. But man, the scheme, size, athleticism is still there.
Certainly got guys like Kamari Lassiter who play at the next level. Dumas Johnson, who's out, of course.
Young players that are eventually going to be that next wave of superstars. But this is a team defense.
End around to Watkins on 3rd and 3. Not going to get there. Wrestled down by C.J. Allen. The freshman's been strong tonight. Filling in for Dumas Johnson.
And here's going to be a future superstar who right now is learning on the fly. He takes on this would-be block and just goes right through Bentley and makes that play.
Kiffin's put the ball game right here. 4th down and 2 at his own 33. Down by 3 scores. Funky formation, dart under center. And they pitch it on the edge to Bentley. There's a flag down. Bentley turns the corner, but that thing never got started. Now we'll see if he decides to punt after the penalty.
Yeah, he's going to have to. Got a hold on the right side there.
Illegal snap.
Oh,
offense.
Thought we had a hold.
5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
He came up quickly in that weird formation. Yep, the false snap, yeah.
A little move, and then to Tom 79 trying to help with the edge right there. He actually grabs on, so they don't worry about that hold with that procedure call, but they move him back.
It's Reese McIntyre, who's a backup center again. Shuffling things around, didn't have Pettis tonight. They got Jaden Williams go out with an early injury, so health a serious concern up front, and it's the wrong team to face when that's your reality. Big roll on the punt down to the 23, 49 yards. Holly.
You guys saw it on that last series. C.J. Allen, the backup linebacker, number 33, true freshman, has been so impressive tonight. Glenn Schumann told me that before the game, he was going to have a talk with C.J. and his other backup, Braylon Wilson, and say, listen, even Roquan Swift, Nakobe Dean, the guys who are so good here, never graded out perfect, not once. You don't have to be perfect tonight. You just have to do your job and really lock it in focus. I love that message to these young guys because they haven't been perfect, but they have been solid. I think we're seeing a star born tonight, C.J. Allen.
And I'm with you, Holly. Remember, he was in for the spring. And just so, they say, so mature. And I think we've seen that. He leads them in tackles tonight. How's that for stepping in?
Back to the ground game. Milton, his first multi-rushing touchdown game of his career.
When they get this running game going, and they run that counter, and they run the inside zone, and you got to start to peek into that backfield, and you start leaving yourself vulnerable to these backs and to Bowers, and to obviously McConkey and company. With Beck, with his accuracy, the way he sees the field, I mean, we got to get to Atlanta and see Alabama. It's about the only team that can match up with these guys physically.
I don't think Bobo will call 30 consecutive running plays. This is what Jerome Moore did for Michigan today, but he could, and they could still move the ball. It's Lovett out of the slot. It's a 10-yard gain in the first end. Here's the 1-2 punch.
Yeah, Milton almost 10 yards to carry. Edwards, the quicker back, not a bad night himself. This Georgia offensive line, we can talk about all the guys around him. Have not allowed a sack tonight against the number 7 team in the country at applying pressure, and the 8 yards of carry. They are working together. Stacy Searles, that offensive line coach, got to be proud and happy that they're healthy and they're playing well. Great continuity.
Beck flips it down. Left alone is Edwards. He's down near the 40. A flag out late in the play. Bowers tonight, Kurt. All eyes on him, and a short catch early. Then made another catch for 12 yards.
Kirby said we're going to see how he's doing.
Offense for 19. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat first down.
That was on Bowers at the line of scrimmage. When he was going out for a route, he's kind of showing, I'm blocking. Instead of just kind of coming off, he grabs that jersey and throws him to the ground of Anthony.
Impressive display of strength, but yeah, not within the rules.
Dejon Anthony playing at Liberty last year, transferring to Ole Miss. He's thinking, I didn't know tight ends were that big and that fast, and now I know.
And that fast healing,
and
that everything,
and that powerful.
Brad would enjoy seeing a little more for number 19 tonight. See if he does get involved here in the last 20 minutes. Beck has all kinds of time, flips it down short, and as Oscar Delp did a really good job filling in for the 2 games when Bowers was out. He's a pretty good athlete himself. Sophomore coming Georgia. Holly?
Well, guys, Ladd McConkey's just gone into the injury tent for the Georgia Bulldogs, and this is a bad thing because it's been so exciting to see he and Brock Bowers on the field at the same time. I saw him get up slow after the first play of this drive. It looks like a lower leg injury. There was blood dripping down his left calf. Didn't look too serious, but I'll keep you posted.
Blood dripping down his left calf. Thank you for painting that vivid picture, Holly. Back injury was the issue that cost McConkey early in the season. And now, Lovett running free. Dominic Lovett hurtling down inside the Rebels 25.
Well, that's where they attack. McConkey's down, so Lovett has to step up in between those hash marks. It's where Carson Beck picks up a lot of his yards on those seam routes. Open, the middle of that field is wide open. He sees it. And man, he throws that ball so well.
You got a flag at the end,
After the runner was
43-yard
out of bounds,
gain. You
personal foul,
shoved.
late hit, deep hit, number 3.
It's a frustration penalty from Dejon Anthony.
Automatic first down.
Your friend from Liberty. Wasn't that rough, but it was unnecessary, Bill.
Yeah, look at the middle of that. It's been a problem for him, and there's the push to be tapped on at the end of the play.
Yeah, it was a correct call. It just, like you said, frustration.
Set up from the 12. They're just about to finish off the Rebels here. There's just no relief for that Ole Miss front. Trying to somehow find a way to hang in there and get a stop against this called the wave of humanity that Georgia throws at you.
How about first and 25? No problem. You know, you get behind the sticks. No issue at all. When they protect any quarterback, but especially Carson Beck with his accuracy and with the receivers and the way he spreads it around, you're at the mercy of 15, what he wants to do.
He's so rarely been pressured this season. A few cracks in the pass pro a week ago. It's been cleaned up tonight. Beck, fade, and trying to get the ball to Thomas there. Prince was in coverage.
You know, I know the quarterback coach down in Jacksonville that works with Carson Beck. That's where he's from, Denny Thompson. He does a great job along with Will Hewitt. And they've been bragging to me about Carson Beck for the last couple years and what he can do, even though he's had to sit behind Stetson Bennett. And they're right. I mean, we've seen it all year. I just love that he waited his turn. A lot of these guys had to wait their turn. They play with kind of a chip on their shoulder, even though they're back-to-back defending champs. He said, I didn't win that. Yeah. I didn't win that. He's motivated. This team's motivated.
3rd and 7. I throw the back shoulder of Thomas. It's incomplete. Jamari Walton in coverage. There is no flag, and it's 4th down.
Pretty tight coverage. I think he knows Walton is expecting that back shoulder. You see Walton starting to kind of work back to the threat of the back shoulder. Bill, what do you think of that one?
A flag for pass interference would have been
the right
definitely supported.
It was a little jersey grab. I think the folks here agree. So on comes Woodring. He's been kicking extra points tonight for his first field goal attempt from 27. They'll go into the stretch run and perhaps deep into the postseason feeling really good about their kicking game. The freshman's done a nice job. The lead, 24 now in Athens.
UFC 295. Fight on ESPNplus.com/PPV.
I got a health plan not knowing that I was going to need it 3 months later. For $17 a month, my plan includes counseling, and it completely changed my life.
I'm not on my parents' health insurance, so I found a plan for just $34 a month.
Signing up was so easy, it only took me 30 minutes to find a plan for $13 a month.
All plans cover doctor visits, prescriptions, emergency care, and more. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Enroll by December 15th.
Popeye's new sweet and spicy wings don't make sense. Marinated and tossed in a blend of chili, garlic, and ginger, as sweet as they are spicy. Speaking of flavor, order a Cajun-style turkey at your local Popeyes this holiday season.
I won't be drinking like that.
Don't holiday the average way.
Get free swinging flannel and gift freedom to move. Only at Duluth Trading.
Here's some straight talk for you. Use your loved ones to save money on wireless. You could add your favorite son. You could add your ex. Add grandma, but don't tell her about the unlimited talk part.
More lines mean more savings with Straight Talk. Get unlimited data, talk, and text for $25 a line.
A car like this shouldn't exist. Something this big, this luxurious, shouldn't move like a Mazda. And yet, it does.
Oh my God, it sounds epic as well. This car is an SUV with bracket seats.
The three-row Mazda CX-90.
Do you need space? You need General. With our high demand and steel prices going up soon, General Steel is now offering some of its best pricing in its 4-decade history. Waiting will cost you thousands. Save big on popular pre-engineered steel buildings like our 100 by 200 fulfillment center and warehouse, 100 by 100 manufacturing buildings, and 80 by 160 column-free commercial centers. The General even offers personal spaces like this garage or this shop, all tailored to your needs. And don't forget our 50-year warranty is included on all buildings. This shocking low pricing event won't last long, so call now. General Steel buildings are American-made, feature pre-cut, pre-welded beams, and 26-gauge steel walls and roof panels. All designed to bolt together easily, saving you construction cost and time, so you can be in the new building you need quickly. With our high demand and steel prices going up soon, waiting will cost you thousands. Call 1-877-96-STEEL to get the building system you need delivered this fall. That's 1-877-96-STEEL.
Tomorrow morning countdown sets the table for Week 10 in the NFL at 10 Eastern Time. A Monday Night Football. Bills trying to get back on track, and suddenly the Broncos and Russell Wilson have a little pulse. Meet the Chiefs, come off a bye week in the Buffalo. You see the cast on ESPN2.
You look at his numbers, Russell Wilson, from where he was last year. A lot of people thought, well, that's done. He's fit in very nicely with Sean Payton and that new scheme, not Denver.
Bentley to set up the Rebels. Some field position dropped at the 28.
And this Georgia defense got off to a bit of a slow start, but boy, they have settled in, and after making some adjustments, for some reason Ole Miss trying to run between the tackles, which is a no-no, only averaging about 2.5 yards a carry. But the young freshman linebackers, in for Jamon Dumas-Johnson, C.J. Allen, been all over this field. 33 leads the Dogs in tackles, and is throwing up right in front of us. A 5-star true freshman linebacker getting a lot of reps and having a chance to really mature and grow tonight.
His total yards since the first quarter, 36. That's it after 180 in the opening quarter for the Rebels offense. Dart sprints out, gets the corner, doesn't go out of bounds, gets sandwiched, knocked down hard. You could hear the pads pop. It was Everett and Loeb who got him on a sandwich.
Loeb chasing that play from behind, 310 pounds. I think the combination of the two that you referenced, Chris, anytime even though he's a big, strong quarterback, you'd love to see him always get down.
You said linebacker mentality. He does weigh 220 pounds. Had a chance, though, just to step out of bounds.
And I think Loeb's helmet and his helmet hit right there, 96. He's a 310-pound right there. Just all of his momentum goes right into Jackson Dart.
It did not look good as he hits the turf right there. Had a chance to step out, and that would have been the prudent decision. Spencer Sanders, the former Oklahoma State Cowboy, is the backup. He's had limited duty, has played in 6 games, but he's a guy who has 41 starts in his career, won 30 games in Stillwater for Mike Gundy's team. Dart is still very, very slow to finally sitting up. That's good to see.
Yeah.
It would be hard to see him returning to the game, but he is a tough guy.
Really is. Yep.
Comes off a monster game. He was heroic against A&M, 387 passing yards, a couple of touchdowns, a hard-fought victory for the Rebels. And he'll be checked out by the doctors and athletic trainers on the Rebels bench. See if he heads into the tent. Yeah, he will.
What you lose is the ability to tack downfield. Spencer Sanders can throw the football. He's 11 of 17 this year. He can run. I mean, he's a real threat. Chris talked about his experience there. Almost 10,000 yards through the air. Look at that, 69 touchdowns. So he's a different kind of passer, but definitely has not the power of Dart, but has some quickness.
Hands off to Judkins. They've just not had any success inside. Outside the tackles, which has been the weakness of the Dogs' defense, is they've had success.
Yeah, almost 7 yards a carry outside the tackles. But here in these last 2 or 3 possessions, it's been mostly between the tackles where they haven't had much luck. There's movement.
New quarterback comes in. Other for the most part, the problem for this Rebels offensive line has not been a lack of poise on the road.
Start. Offense to 56. 5-yard penalty.
Guys doing the best they can with the injuries in and out, shuffling dudes around different positions.
Yeah.
They've just been protecting against the Dogs' relentless front.
And you got Reese McIntyre right now at center, 56. He's the backup. Caleb Warren, the starting center. He's over at right guard. I mean, they've been shuffling this offensive line almost by the series.
I know they cross-train, but that's a tough thing on the road against this group. Sanders, an inaccurate throw, kind of a low pitch to Trey Harris. Lassiter in coverage, tough guy to beat, and his 4th down.
Tough guy to beat and a tough thing to do when you're sitting around for 2.5 quarters cold, and you come in and you got to make a throw on 3rd down in about 7 or 8 against Lassiter.
Just elite corner coverage. We don't talk about him a lot because, frankly, opponents don't target him a lot. They go at other guys and kind of leave number 3 side alone. Muse along the sidelines makes the cut. Kai Muse in space. Little guy with a flag down, bolting into Ole Miss territory, but very low kick. And Muse says, "I'll take it, thank you very much," but this looks like it's going to come back. Flag was on the far side, right near where the return began.
During the return, holding, return team number 27. The penalty is 10 yards from the spot of the foul. The 1st down, Georgia.
It's Arian Smith, the wide receiver, who wears 27 on special teams. Kirby has high standards. He's grumpy about stuff. He's going to be coaching as the man that he learned a little bit from. Nick Saban does right to the final play, and you know Kirby knows that everybody's going to be patting him on the back. You won the East. Congratulations.
Oh, no.
Tennessee's terrible. We go up to Knoxville. No, not going to want to listen to it.
No. Isn't it rat poison? You listen to that?
Yep. Edwards. Short game. Hammer back. Holly, what can we learn about the condition of Jackson Dart over there?
Well, guys, when he went into the injury tent, I saw him holding his left collarbone, shoulder everywhere. He's come out from there, and now he's being taken into the Ole Miss locker room right now. He does look a little bit dejected. He's walking. It looks like he's not in a ton of pain, but definitely he is a dejected young man as he leaves the field.
Yeah, if it's a collarbone, that's certainly not good news. And when you play the game like you're a linebacker and you take your hits, Dylan Bell in the backfield is Beck launches downfield, and that's Bowers trying to make a one-handed catch with Anthony in coverage.
Wow.
No flag.
Wow, I thought that would have been an obvious call. It looks like he grabbed the front of his jersey. Anthony's had a tough matchup. Remember I said the transfer from Liberty? He said, wow, I didn't know tight ends could be this big and fast. Watch a jersey pull. Man, Brock Bowers doesn't argue hardly ever. He looked around like, can I get a call here?
You do whatever you can to try to defend 19, right? So it's 3rd down and 7. Beck escapes, has plenty of space. First down and a lot more. He slides down at about the 40 after a 14-yard gain.
So you're going to show blitz, and then you're going to drop. But Carson Beck sees this, and look at that middle open up. Nobody there. Soon teams are going to start to appreciate and respect 15 when he drops back to throw. You got to worry about that big arm, but this kid can run the football, and he has good recognition because of the field vision. And he's going to take that on third down all day long.
6'4", long strides. He just gobbles up yardage quickly once he decides to take off.
A lot bigger than I think he looks on TV. We visited with him yesterday.
Look out, Milton. Foot race. Did they track him down? They finally do. But Kendall Milton way over 100 yards on a huge night for these dog running backs. 51 yards more.
Watch these combination blocks by the offensive line. Really good job in the interior. Van Pran is able to help out. Van Pran is a leader of that front. They work so well together. This offensive line, I know the backs are getting all the yards, but if I'm Kirby Smart, I'm giving Stacy Searles and this offensive line the game ball. These guys have dominated the point of attack.
So many yards before contact. Milton and Edwards will be the first ones to tell you, hey, give all the credit to the big fellas up front. Edwards is now in the game. He's got a couple touchdowns as well. Tackled at the 7.
And it's not just that they're big. I know they recruit great players. What's unique about the offensive line here is how they're in rhythm. They're in sync, they have continuity, and they're healthy.
Heavyweights in the sport starting to flex. You saw Michigan earlier, Bama this afternoon, Georgia tonight. Headed to the fourth quarter. You're watching ESPN College Football Primetime from Athens.
This is the beginning of a new era.
For everyone who's endured the bad seat, finally, sweet, sweet redemption. The Lexus TX. 3-row luxury that treats every seat like the best seat.
Right now, get a free footlong at Subway. Like the new Deli Heroes. Buy 1 footlong in the app, get 1 free.
It's a pretty big deal.
Kinda like me. Order in the Subway app today.
Liberty Mutual customized my car insurance, and I saved hundreds. With the money I saved, I started a dog walking business. Oh! Ah! No, it's just funny! Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
So if AI is the Wild West, well, who's the sheriff around here?
Here we go. An entire season leading up to this. After the highest highs, the lowest lows, and the happiest of ugly cries, it's time to get together. Get a place with the crew. Assemble the band. Roar Lions roar. Hook 'em. Go blue. Go Ducks. Go nuts. Well, technically Buckeyes aren't nuts. Point is, it's bowling season. So turn all those away games into home games in a Verbo all your own. Football away, baby.
At Navy Federal Credit Union, it all starts with members like you. Because we were founded as a not-for-profit with a mission dedicated to your well-being, with everyday banking tools and loans, all backed by 24/7 support, the kind of support that comes from being a proud partner within your community. Because when you're a member, it all starts and ends with you. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
After Advil,
Feeling better?
On top of the world!
Before Advil. Advil targets pain at the source of inflammation. When pain comes for you, come back fast with Advil liquid gels.
Lights and music show here, except for the fourth quarter in this presentation of the SEC on ESPN. Soggy day. Finally had some rain. It's been a drought in these parts for a few weeks, but a celebratory evening here in Sanford Stadium. Dogs knocking on the door again to build on this lead. 2nd and 7 from the Ole Miss 8. Milton, they fake it to him. Beck keeps it. Didn't have much space and just slides down at the line of scrimmage.
Good decision just to avoid any contact that he doesn't need. Play for this next down. Keep looking out there and thinking. I remember in the front game, the conversation with Holly, with Kirby about, well, we're going to see how 19 feels tonight. We're going to kind of ease him back and see how many plays we think he can get in. I don't think he's been off the field tonight. I don't think he's missed a snap.
He's not a normal human being.
No, I think he's Iron Man.
Bunch to the left here, Bowers is. 3 receivers. Now motions back into the slot. On 3rd down, Beck looks down the middle. There's Brock Bowers. Touchdown, Dogs. He is Iron Man, as you call him.
There's Iron Man right on cue. I love that Beck saw what he wanted to see. Adjust the protection up front, gets that set. Then he tells Bowers, hey, Bowers, we got the matchup we want. Come on down. I got everything taken care of. We're going to do a little pump, little stutter and go, little pump, and then nice throw. Perfect timing. And finally, 19 gets into the end zone after that layoff.
Jeremiah Jean-Baptiste, linebacker, was overmatched there, as so many are, trying to cover number 19. And this display by the Dogs, yeah, Ole Miss, it wasn't the most stout defense, but they did hold Alabama in check, and they won at Auburn, and now the Dogs have scored 31 unanswered. Bowers looks back.
Sir, there's no easy way to say this. Your wife isn't who she says she is.
I'm sorry?
This is all just a misunderstanding. Had a bad day is all.
I'm a sheriff of the American Constitution.
Do you want a towel?
Does my moist repose bother you?
I'm a winner. I'm a winner! Consequences. They're almost here.
What is the point of being a billionaire if I can't have somebody killed?
FX's Fargo premieres November 21st on FX. Stream on Hulu.
Hey, Dad, would you rather time travel to the past or the future?
That's easy. I'll dial the time back to 20 minutes so I can eat this ham, turkey, and beef roast all over again.
But you could just go back to the holiday buffet right now.
But then I would get to time travel.
Let's go way back. I want to ride a pterodactyl.
What?
What?
You tripping right now. I done sat at the wrong table again. Where is my real family at?
Back in '94, game day was coming to Lincoln. I wanted to give my buddy Art a shout out. So I devised an elaborate plan. I made a sign. And I changed the world forever.
Show the world what it means to be a fan at Fanatics.com. The world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com. Officially licensed everything.
ShipStation saves us so much time. It makes it really easy and seamless. Pick an order, print everything you need, slap the label onto the box, and it's ready to go.
Our cost for shipping, we're cut in half, just like that.
Go to ShipStation.com/try and get 2 months free.
I got this $1,000 camera for only $41 on DealDash.
DealDash.com. Online auctions since 2009. This PlayStation 5 sold for only 50 cents. This iPad Pro sold for less than $34. And this Nintendo Switch sold for less than $20.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56. I got this barbecue smoker for 26 bucks.
And shipping is always free.
Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you can save.
Back there in our college football studio, updating you on Texas. Got Quinn Ewers back tonight. He's got 244 yards through the air. And just handed off to Jonathan Brooks as he does things easily. 26-6 Texas over at TCU in the third. Coming up tonight, BYU, Iowa State. Now, Steve Young's not playing. If he were for BYU, maybe Ty Detmer gets in there for some classic BYU football.
Texas, meanwhile, off to Iowa State next week. And they host Texas Tech before the Big 12 championship game. Curtis Whistle in the All-State bus, bracing for that ride to Corvallis next week. But what's your All-State good hands moment today?
It's got to be Cody Schrader and this Missouri. It's a good football team that Eli Drinkwitz has. We saw it last week when they came to Athens. Do a good job of running and throwing, just dominates Tennessee. And then the handshake with Eli and Josh Heupel, very quick. Remember, Tennessee beat him 66-21 a year ago, so that was payback.
Bentley around the left side. Eli's salty in a good way.
Yeah, I love it.
Talked about the divisions being clinched. Bama emphatically doing so. Georgia goes to Tennessee. The Ramblin' Wreck just down the road in Atlanta. Wrap up the regular season, and 3 weeks from today, the collision that will most likely decide the spot in the playoff as well as the conference championship.
Yeah, you and I were talking at the break about the committee watching these kind of games. They saw Michigan look great on the road and take care of Penn State despite all those distractions. Looked like the team that we kind of thought they were, and against better competition. Ohio State's up big 38-3 right now. Georgia obviously impressive. Getting tougher and tougher to rank these teams late in the year.
Bentley gets a first down. Let me ask you about that. Ohio State had the better resume. That was the justification for making them number one. Now that Michigan has gone on the road and destroyed Penn State, Bama's stepped up, but Georgia undefeated, certainly handled a top 10 team here tonight pretty easily. Would there be a reconsideration, you think, this week at the top?
You can never tell what the committee looks like. I've never had Ohio State up at the top team, in my opinion. I know the resume is important, but for me, I've looked at Georgia and Michigan as 1A, 1B all year long. And I think that just continues at this point to be the case, in my opinion. I'd put Ohio State at 3 or 4. Don't forget about Washington out west. And they keep playing great competition, too, and they keep winning football games.
Absolutely. We'll see the Huskies next Saturday night at Oregon State. High snap. Spencer Sanders again is in for Jackson Dart. Knocked out of the game. Tyke Smith brings him down.
And the only reason you put Alabama down is, this is a team early in the year. You and I were in Tuscaloosa when they lost to Texas. Next week at USF, they're struggling. They're trying to find a quarterback, and now look at it. Jalen Milroe's one of the great stories of the year. Their defense has grown up. Cannot wait for Atlanta to see Bama and Georgia go head-to-head.
Sanders, 3rd and 10, escapes. Long way to go now. Slings it short. Prescorn's got the football. Came close to crossing the line of scrimmage, but it's a legal catch for a first down.
And that's Spencer Sanders. You feel the difference in the offense. First of all, just handling the snap. They blitz, but he's got not the power, but the quickness and the twitch to be able to get out of there in a hurry. And then he finds the open big tight end.
Boy, these snaps are high. He had to show athletic ability. Went up and batted it down and keep it in play. Picks up a yard.
Like you say, he batted it to himself. He doesn't have a chance to secure it, so he just kind of, let me try to get a fingertip on that and happen to bring it back down to himself. And then somehow gets a couple yards.
Last thing you need against the defense closing in fast is to have to take time collecting the snap. 2nd and 9. Judkins hit hard right at the 40 and knocked down there. It'll be 3rd down. Dan Jackson on the tackle.
Georgia in-game adjustments. the resiliency that they played with early in this game. It looked like we had a shootout. I mean, remember that? Ole Miss goes down, scores, Georgia scores, Ole Miss scores. It was like, wow, this Georgia defense without Javon Dumas-Johnson's going to be in trouble. They settled down, made the adjustments, and they've been a different defense the rest of the game.
Play fake. Sanders launches far sidelines. A battle for the football. Did he come down with that? Wow. Dayton Wade went up and grabbed a one-handed catch over Everett.
How in the world did he catch as he throws his right hand up there? Oh, my gosh, what a catch.
I mean, on the absolute stretch, kind of cups the football and brings it into his chest.
In the air forever. Go back to him again.
Guys around college football just do some amazing stuff with these one-handed catches these days.
Dude, this is catch of the year, maybe. Yeah, I mean, and then he secures it on the landing. Great job there, 1-9.
Sanders running all the way, spins back out of one tackle and then gets met by C.J. Allen and Raylan Wilson. Both freshman linebackers in there right now.
Yeah, Raylan Wilson and C.J. Allen, get used to those names. That will be the middle of this defense once Smile London moves on. Those guys are future superstars, just young players flying around learning.
Tend to an injured Georgia player will step aside.
Gotta keep the big picture in mind. I know what kind of god I need to be.
Loki Season 2, all episodes now streaming. Team, it's been a grind, but I think I've aged you well. Some might say perfect. Who's ready to show 'em who's the cheesiest?
I woke up feeling the cheesiest, coach.
Cheez-It, official sponsor of the college football playoff.
Hey guys, check this out. Hey Big Al. No hands.
Watch this. No hands or trunk.
There's a way to cut your dishwashing time by 50%. Try Dawn Power Wash Dish Spray. It removes 99% of grease and grime in half the time. It cleans so well, you can replace multiple cleaning products. Try Dawn Power Wash.
On a devastating Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Whoa! That was pass interference! That's it. Season's over.
Our program's cursed. See?
I can't watch this. Every year I fall for the preseason hype.
I made all this for nothing!
Never watching football again.
Hey guys, that was the first play of the game.
Maybe we overreacted.
Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve.
Just for you, just for you. Finally realize that it's just for you.
Your paint is really bad.
What?
I said best coffee I've ever had.
Should've used Bear.
Sorry, sideware.
No, I said should've used Bear.
Today, let's paint. Right now, get America's most trusted paint brand at a new low price. Bear, only at the Home Depot.
Some people just know that's not gonna fit. Those are the people who know to choose Allstate.
That's not gonna fit.
What's that?
You need another 4 inches.
Do you work here?
Nope. I just saw you there and I thought I'd save you the trouble.
Nana. She's a human measuring tape, and she knows Allstate is the right fit for her.
It's not gonna fit. That's not gonna fit.
What?
Steven.
Some people just know.
Well played. Well played, my friend.
Those are the people who know you're in good hands with Allstate.
ESPN College Football Primetime is presented by IHG Hotels and Resorts. 18 hotel brands, 1 loyalty program. Download the app.
Prudential brings you the CFP rankings. Of course, a new edition will be released Tuesday night on ESPN. We'll see if the committee reevaluates after Michigan's emphatic statement without their head coach today in Happy Valley. Florida State won a rivalry game. Washington a hard-fought victory. Another battle next week for the Huskies in Corvallis. Oregon USC later on tonight. 3rd and 4. Sanders and the Rebels try to make this look more respectable here early fourth quarter. Another high snap. He tried to hand the ball off to Wade in a sweep, but the snap prevented it, and he just has to eat it.
Remember the backup center, Reese McIntyre, has been in there for much of the second half with Caleb Warren moving over to guard because they've had some injuries. That football sails again up high. Sanders is athletic, but it disrupts the timing. Plays over. He wanted to hand that to Wade on the jet sweep. Couldn't get it to him.
So Caden Davis comes in for a field goal attempt. Cut the lead to 28. And he does it. Interesting. On 4th and 5 to take the 3.
We're kicking off game day with a Twisted Tea drop. We're surprising real Twisted Tea fans who love the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Real brew tea with 5% alcohol. Keep it twisted.
So it's going to come down to this. Can they do it?
Oh no, they missed it! Wait a minute. There's a flag on the play.
Our oldest son, Stephen, had been stationed in the Marine Corps. He came home on a visit.
We hadn't seen him for so long.
Stephen said, I haven't had a Chick-fil-A sandwich in over 3 years.
It was late at night.
We were closing, and the phone rings. Stephen explains his situation, and I told him to come inside, and we were going to get him whatever he would like.
Stephen gobbled up that sandwich in like 2 bites. It's been a while since we've seen him.
We miss him.
We brought a care package for Steve.
I'll take that.
Oh, my goodness.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than this.
All right, who's going to deliver the toys to the kids?
Yoo-hoo!
No. Sarah, you do it.
Really?
Yeah.
You steal the presents one time.
I've stolen them no times.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Pictures of Max. Yuck!
You're so much more than just a landowner. You're a gardener, a groundskeeper, and a landscaper. That's why you need versatile, durable Kubota equipment.
Derrick Henry.
Hey, Jake from State Farm. I saved so much bundling, it inspired my workout. Auto! Home!
Bundle and save with a personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This Monday night matchup takes center stage. Russell Wilson leads Broncos country as they ride into Buffalo. Can Josh Allen and the high-flying offense seal another win for Bills Mafia? Broncos-Bills on ESPN and ABC.
The State Farm Champions Classic doubleheader begins Tuesday at 7 on ESPN.
I always enjoy saluting the veterans in our crew on Veterans Day. Curtis Wilson not in uniform.
Just jacked. Big fella.
There's Specialist 4th Class William Lamagnier. And in our tape room, George Dunmore joined the military when he was 17, which you could do with parents' permission. Thank you, gentlemen, for your service. Bill is 1st class when it comes to
no doubt
his specialist duties here in the booth. Fair catch.
We've talked a lot about Brock Bowers coming back tonight. He's helped this offense. He takes 2 safeties here, opens it up for Ladd McConkey. So the attention paid to Bowers helps that one. There's that jump cut. Great to see that ankle feeling good. Takes a big hit. This is just uncommon. You don't see a stem like that little stutter and go from a tight end at 6'4", 245 pounds. And Kirby's like, dude, you just do things every game that I'm in awe over. Dominic Raiola, his son, is going to be coming here. Played in the NFL for years. He said, man, 19 does things you can't do as a tight end. So the NFL is going to fall in love with him soon.
Looks like Bowers' night is through. That makes sense. And so is Carson Beck's. Carson finishes with another efficient night, 18-25, another 300-yard game, a couple touchdowns. Did have the 1 pick late in the first half, but 4th game with 300 yards passing, and also as a runner, he was effective.
Imagine stepping into the shoes of Stetson Bennett after he wins back-to-back national championships. Got off to a little bit of a slow start like anybody would. Once they found their identity, new offensive coordinator, had some injuries, and now he's become the strength of how they attack.
Now Redbeard, Brock Vandegrift comes in, the sophomore on a Bogart, Georgia. Holly?
Well, guys, just to put a bow on Brock Bowers' night, it's not normal that this young man came back 26 days after that surgery, but he's not normal. His teammate Carson Beck told us in 3 years that he's been with him every single time they run a drill in practice, Brock has never lost. He is an exceptional young man. He never wants to lose, even if it's just a random drill on a random day in practice. It's the kind of standard he's set, and him pushing himself helps push this Georgia Bulldogs team.
Yeah, it leads, excuse me, with deeds, not words.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's the quietest guy on the team.
I got a hello out of him yesterday.
Good job out of you.
That was good work. Yeah. This is Andrew Paul.
Were you in there pumping iron? Were you moving some iron?
I was actually coming out of the restroom. He was going in. If you want the full description. Hey, Matt, back to you.
I don't mean to break up this conversation because I loved where that was headed, but I do need to interrupt to show you what Jaden Daniels is doing. Goes over 200 yards rushing on this first down and 10 play. This one for 51 yards. Becoming the second player since Johnny Manziel since 2013 to have 200 yards rushing, 200 yards passing in a game. LSU up 31-28.
Man, Matt, I didn't know if he would play after the hit that he took last week.
Goodness.
And it's great to see him back. And you can make a case that that guy's playing as well as anybody in the country.
200 rushing yards. Look out. Roderick Robertson has joined the party. Number 0, the freshman running back, shows his burst.
And here's a pin and pull to the left here. Watch the 23 and 17. They seal it. And then you got a couple big linemen getting out in front there. Looks like Micah Morse trying to get down there to help out.
How about that freshman? Look at those legs. He did weighs 240 out of San Diego.
You know, you don't have him on, you're looking down at your board and you got like 4 or 5 backs listed, and here comes old Robinson. They just bring in another one.
Yeah, he's the 5th string guy. And I mean, look at the true freshman. Oh. He's been in the squat rack already here.
Found the weight room.
It's hard to miss. It's a pretty huge weight room.
They're just adding on, too, to everything here.
That's the way it goes in the arms race.
Yeah, a couple recruits were here pregame, too, on the field.
A couple dozen.
Is that the most I think I've ever seen?
Last home game. It's a celebration in Athens, and they'll hit the road to Tennessee, and then, of course, to Atlanta. Lawson Lucky, another true freshman tight end, gets in the game.
I think he's the next one. Lawson Lucky is an impressive-looking guy at 6'3", 240. You have Oscar Delp, but you watch the teams that recruit tight ends and keep them involved in the pass game. And you find those guys that can be in line to be physical and help you set the edge and run the football in the outside zone play, and then also get involved in the pass game. It's a real weapon.
Now they got another true freshman tight end of the game, a 6'7" Pierce Sperlin, number 88's in there. Cash Jones is the back. He gets a carry. Cash is knocked down the 9-yard line. Yeah, they've done a decent job stacking recruiting classes on top of each other. It's pretty incredible how they built this team. You talk about the 4- and 5-star guys. There are 42 on the roster. That's 3rd most after Alabama, Ohio State. Ole Miss has a respectable number of guys who came in tied at 18 4- and 5 stars. That's still less than half of what this Georgia roster has. It's more to it than stars. I get it, but you look at the teams that recruit well. There's a closer and closer alignment to how they do on the field. That's respectable on the left. It's just not competitive with 42.
Yeah, and you could put anybody on that left graphic, and the exception of maybe Alabama. Who else would you put up?
Ohio State. Yeah.
There aren't many.
4th and 1, offense on the field. And they got him to flinch. And that free play to the end zone, they tried to Jackson Meeks there, but the Rebels jumped offside.
Offside. Defense number 51.
Penalties after this goal results in enough first down.
It's Vandegrift with that hard count with the clap. Pulls them over, gets the free play, misses that, but does get the first down.
Ole Miss will drop to 8-2. Still a really terrific season they put together here. You play at Tuscaloosa and at Athens, same season. That's rugged. That would be their 2 losses. They win at Auburn. You get the virtual bye, ULM next, and then the Egg Bowl Black Friday on the road in Starkville, but an excellent chance to get back to 10 wins.
And the big difference tonight, Lane Kiffin will see it when he studies the film, is just the first quarter line of scrimmage was in their favor offensively, and the last 3 quarters they just were dominated in the trenches.
Vandegrift tried to get him to jump offside again. They wouldn't bite this time. First and goal, pitch to the edge. Paul cuts back and scores. Andrew Paul is in the scoring column. Redshirt freshman, his first touchdown. And Georgia going over 600 yards of total offense with that score.
And Chad Lindbergh, the tackle, Spurlin, the third outside. Had a lot of success on that outside play, relying on that back to stretch it and then find the alley and accelerate through it. Throw anybody back there right now. They're going to run the football and have success.
It's the 5th rushing touchdown for the Dogs, who've amassed almost 300 yards on the ground tonight. You said they're getting healthy for the stretch run. So point to a 3-peat here in Athens.
We have a special guest today on ESPN College Game Day, the Geico Gecko.
Look, just get to the part when you tell everyone how easy it is to ensure what's important to them. Home, car, even RV. Come on, there's an RV right there. Did he even see the talking points I gave him?
I don't believe so, sir.
For all your insurance needs from home to car to RV, it's easy to Geico.
Desmond, I forgot the talking points.
How does he have time to visit everyone in one night? Well, he has VIP parking. And how does he know if I've been naughty or nice? He sees everything. Everything? Let me guess. He's got lots of storage, too. And that's how he does it.
The electric BMW Road Home sales event is on now. Lease the 2024 BMW i5 eDrive 40 for $719 per month, now through November 30th.
You can feel it. A force that moves everything around it. With intensity and power that comes from deep down inside. Full-time fans, your passion is unshakable, and you deserve a reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
Everything you don't want to believe exists. Holy. If you want to save millions of lives, we can use some help.
I'm Jimmy Dean, and that sunrise something. I honestly feel that way about Jimmy Dean sausage. Get yourself a large chunk of that good morning feeling. Oh, that smells good.
There's your biggie bag. All that food for $5, that's my go-to.
Ooh, that's my ride or die.
Just like you and me. Bag boys. Bag boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we bring your food?
You can always bet on Biggie, and now earn free food when ordering on the Wendy's app.
DirecTV Sports Central brings your game stats and scores together, and now you can get it without a satellite. One more reason to finally get rid of cable. But getting rid of the cable guy might not be as easy.
Oh, yeah.
Visit DirecTV.com for up to a $400 reward card.
It's good stuff here in the Georgia offensive line highlight. Stacy Searles. Maybe he had punched a hole in anger
Out of
earlier.
Frustration early, maybe. Micah Morris telling him, "Come on, coach, you still upset? Hey, here's the board." Just having some fun. That offensive line's got some personality.
Micah Morris, by the way, wearing 77. That's a rotating number to honor their fallen teammate. Devin Willock wore number 77. Tragically killed in an automobile accident after the celebratory moment here at Sanford Stadium last January. And they rotate that around, and Morris wearing it tonight. And a lot to be proud of in this offensive line group.
Yeah,
quick word from Verbo now.
I'm live on the patio of this Verbo vacation home. It's recovery time after a hard-fought win tonight. It's a good thing there's no host at a Verbo, so you don't have to worry about some stranger asking to join your ice bath party. Back to you.
A few folks in the ice bath,
yeah,
if available on the Ole Miss side. I love that.
I don't love it, but I try to do it. It's hard.
Hudson Wolf down the middle makes the catch. It's therapeutic, my friend.
I do the plunge.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I try to go 3 minutes, and after a minute, you kind of get numb.
You got to meditate.
Well,
I'll work with you at the breathing technique.
You're going to have to coach me up on that. I go all the way to the neck. Arms in is a different level.
You got to go head. You got to get your head underwater. You're at the end of it. Yeah, that's what you do. Spencer Sanders, a nice looking run. Holly, you love offensive line as much as anybody on the planet. It's a party down there on the Georgia sideline at this point.
They're having a blast, and I actually went over there and said, "Hey, who broke that whiteboard?" And they said, "We did." Every offensive line started yelling, "We did that together." I can tell you this, they spent an entire period at practice on Thursday doing hand drills. It looked like UFC meets wax on, wax off. Stacy Searles does the best job with his offensive line. They're deep, they roll a lot of guys, but they are engaged, and I love it. They've destroyed this whiteboard down here, and that's not easy to do, guys.
That was a fun drill to watch. You talk about violent hands, heavy hands.
Oh, yeah. We've seen
strike power, all those things the linemen like to talk about.
The offensive line, we've said it a few times now, they're a fun group. There's the board, what's left of the board. But again,
they did that to the Ole Miss defense, too. They just punched a bunch of holes in them tonight.
If I'm Kirby in that locker room, you're giving away a game ball, you're going to honor and recognize somebody, it's that offensive line. And again, the backs are healthy, Bowers and McConkey are healthy. But having Mims back helps solidify this group. 292 yards rushing tonight. And when you can run the football in this offense for Mike Bobo, and you put Beck in these receivers in favorable matchups, he didn't get touched tonight.
And again, interesting to see, excuse me, Kirk, because as great as this is, as comprehensive as this performance was against a top 10 team, having won the division already, Tennessee coming off the loss, as Sanders launches down to the end zone, a battle there. No flag thrown, trying to get it to Braylon Brown. You still got to go to Knoxville. You don't need it to get to Atlanta, but you need it to stay perfect, and that's all Kirby cares about.
And they're going to hear all week that Tennessee's terrible, and they should kill them. And Kirby's going to be fighting against that. Obviously, he does it every week. Make sure that his team is focused. And Tennessee still has talent. It's a different Tennessee team. They're a team that has to play defense and run the football. I don't know how well that'll work against this Georgia team now that they're healthy.
Some players down the depth chart getting some action now. That's Matt Jones on a carry. Besides opening holes for the running backs, protecting back well, Georgia didn't have a single play tonight for negative yards. So they didn't let the Rebels get across the line of scrimmage and make a single play. That's impressive. That's almost unheard of.
And especially when that's been their strength. Ole Miss's defense, tackles for loss and sacks is how they've played well, and that's been their strength of their entire season.
Sanders retreating, and now just heaving the ball into the ground. It's really almost unheard of. You check the stats in games, almost unheard of. Not have a single negative play on offense.
There's Jackson Dart. We haven't seen him since he headed to the locker room after that big hit. Says it all on his face.
Don't know if it's something more serious. We haven't gotten any reports whether or not there was a problem with the collarbone. He left it all out there. He battled tonight.
In their first 2 series, they scored touchdowns. And, you know, I mean, the first 2 of their first 3, they scored touchdowns. They're running the football at will.
Rain picking up here.
What do you think Carson?
The Dogs had to finish this off.
How does Carson Beck stack up there with quarterbacks in the country right now? I mean, you got a lot of good players this year, but you're talking about a guy that's the head man of this offense that's competing for a SEC championship and possibly a national championship. I don't know on a national level if he gets the recognition and hype that he deserves.
I think you're right. I mean, he's not going to win a statistical comparison to a lot of guys, including Jaden Daniels in his conference. You'd figure Daniels is going to be the all-SEC quarterback, but Beck doesn't care about that. He says the stat, I think, is underrated for quarterbacks.
Wins.
W's.
Yeah, wins. I was impressed with how he walked into the room yesterday. You and I have never had a chance to sit down with him in a production meeting. He hasn't done a lot of them until this year, and he just came in. There was just kind of an aura about this guy has, after waiting all that time behind Stetson Bennett, this guy's incredibly driven and motivated to be the guy for this team and will do whatever they ask him to do. It's not just about throwing for a bunch of yards.
So Bowers comes back, looks great. Beck efficient, but the big fellas up front plowing right through the Rebels defense. Georgia puts half 100 on Ole Miss and will steamroll into Knoxville, looking very much the heavyweight out of the East to collide with Alabama in a few weeks in Atlanta. The win streak reaches 27, third longest in modern history. Down to Holly.
Well, Coach, this was a great performance by your offense. You had a lot of guys back. People were healthy. How did you feel like they operated?
Well, to not punt in the first half and just possess the ball and keep doing what they were doing, they did an incredible job. Incredible job.
You were without a